Hello and welcome everybody to Nerdic Gods podcast, a video games podcast where 3, sometimes 4 friends who have just met each other 2, 3, 4 days ago, where we sit down and... Sorry.
I said maybe a week.
Maybe a week.
Oh,
it's been a minute. It's fine.
It's been a minute. This is a very, 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 very rough pilot episode. A pilot of a pilot. Probably a pilot of a pilot of a pilot of a pilot. Where we're just going to sit here and discuss, over the upcoming weeks, we're going to discuss video game news. But first, we are going to get to know each other. Because we don't know each other. I know his name is... I know one guy's... I know Connor is Connor. And I know Daniel is Daniel.
I'm Connor.
And I've not even met the fourth guy yet. We haven't. I don't... This is very much a beta.
Fourth guy's missing in action right now.
Fourth guy is out of action. But like I said, we're going to make this hopefully a weekly gaming podcast where we discuss all things gaming, the gaming news, gaming topics, what we've been playing. Basically, your everyday gaming podcast. But this is the best one. My name is Stephen. I go by the name of Sims. I stream. I do some YouTube videos. I'm a father of 3. I work full time. This is literally a hobby, and I've always wanted to do the podcasting side of things, and the streaming and the YouTube thing. I'm just a man trying to live his dream. So that's me. How about you guys?
Yeah, I'm Connor Knowles. I've also always wanted to do a video game podcast, or just podcasts in general. Yeah, I work full time as well. A job I don't like at all. But yeah, we'll just do a podcast for fun. Figured why not?
Why not?
I think we're all along those lines, where we all want to do a podcast, and this is just the best way we can do it. I'm Daniel. I work full time as well. I think we all are full time employees. But yeah, I play games every day. I listen to gaming podcasts every day. It's just a part of my life. And I've always wanted to do one myself.
It's crazy. So we've all got the same interest at heart. So we're off to a good start.
Yeah.
So myself, I'm a chef. I work full time as a chef. I am
a prep cook.
You are, sorry?
I'm a prep cook.
Really? This is look, I just literally found whereabouts. Where do you work?
My family's restaurant.
Wow, what's the family restaurant called?
It's a pizza place.
That's amazing.
It's Favila's New York Pizza in Nashville.
Wow.
And I pick up food and place it on a pallet and deliver it to Whole Foods. So it's like a full circle.
That's
here.
a full circle, isn't it? You give Connor the food. Connor gives me the food. I cook the food.
Right. But yeah, we all just want to host a podcast about video games.
Not food.
Yeah,
I do not want to talk about food.
No, me neither. See enough
Welcome
food.
to the first ever food podcast.
Podcast.
We just talk about different types of vegetables and shit.
So very quickly, what is a food prep in a pizza place?
Oh, I mean, it's everything you think it is. I make the dough myself. We don't buy it.
Well, you said your parents own the pizza place?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
In a way, my restaurant. I don't really have a boss. I'm pretty much my own boss.
So
you got
your dad's your boss?
It's my stepdad
Sorta.
and my mom.
Oh, okay.
But I make dough. I make sauce. I get all the toppings ready. I have to clean chicken. I have to, bread chicken, that kind of stuff. Make meatballs. Pretty much anything you think.
So everything is fresh.
Yes.
That's
How's the pizza?
It's delicious, of course.
That's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, and I pretty much do most prep, or I pretty much do.
So
I don't make any.
Just to pimp out the restaurant. Where's the restaurant and what's it called?
It's Favila's New York Pizza in Asheville.
And me being a dumb English man.
North Carolina.
Where's
Asheville.
No, everyone else probably knows this except for
I'm
me.
in the United
no,
States.
actually,
I have no idea where that is.
He doesn't know where that is. I guarantee he doesn't. It's in North Carolina. It's
what
it's
city
more,
is that closest to?
It's
major
in Western
city?
North Carolina. So I would say closest to Charlotte. I'm sure you've probably heard of Charlotte.
Yeah, I've heard of Charlotte.
Like maybe an hour and a half away from Charlotte.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
What about you? Where are you from, Connor?
I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I've lived in quite a few states, probably like 9 different states: Florida, Pennsylvania, Ohio. I've moved all over, but yeah, mostly Wisconsin. Yeah, I pretty much grew up here since like 7th grade. So what am I, 23 now? So yeah, I've been here about like 10 years.
Yeah, most
more,
of your
maybe.
life.
Yeah.
And Sims.
I live in a little place called Derby in the United Kingdom. I lost my train of thought. Sorry. So yeah, I live in Derby. It's a little place. It's in the middle, but the east part of England. There's nothing really to talk about. Like if in England, London.
So when I'm picturing Hot Fuzz, is it like that?
No, no. That's more. That was really in Yorkshire. We're kind of just.
Okay.
We're just an average, normal English town. Like we've got. We're boring. It's the most boringest place in the world. I can't.
I'm picturing 1917 because I just saw that movie, and it's just like an open field with a bunch of grass, and it takes place somewhere in England.
That's not boring. Open fields aren't boring.
No, not at all.
I can't really pump it out. All I know is there's roads and there's shops.
No, that's not about pimping it out. It's where you live.
High tech.
Yeah, there's flying cars. I forgot to mention the flying cars. Yeah.
Oh, you got flying cars.
Yeah, and the horses. They use skateboards. They don't.
It's like Wakanda. It's a hidden city inside of England somewhere.
Yeah. You fly low.
Yeah, you fly into a hologram of a fucking mountain.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what. Let's go with that. That's what Derby is. We're a hologram in a mountain with flying cars and horses on skateboards.
Yeah, horses on skateboards. They're skating around like Tony Hawk style, just like grinding on everything possible.
Oh yeah, that's full canon now. That's canon.
Full canon. So we're a gaming podcast, so we know where each other works and we know each other from. What's everybody's favorite? Where do we all play our games? Are we PC, Xbox?
I play mostly on PlayStation. I have a Switch as well. I had an Xbox, don't have it anymore. But yeah, PlayStation and Switch.
I am mostly an Xbox person, which is funny. I have all 3 consoles. I probably play my PS4 least at this point, just because like there isn't as many exclusives now. Yeah, right. As a kind of funny fan, not playing PS4.
Greg would be so disappointed right now.
Oh, he would be. That's fine.
How many platinums do you guys have?
I have 1 platinum.
Oh, okay, nice.
That was from Spider-Man, and that was just because I had like 3 trophies left. Like, I'll make Greg proud.
I just got my 22nd platinum, so get up there. Yeah.
What about you, Sim?
I have 26.
Sims, what do you play
I have
now?
26 platinums. I'm mainly playing the PlayStation.
You beat me by 4?
Yeah. My partner, she has. Oh, I don't know how many. She has more than me, 50 maybe. But she started with the PlayStation 3. We do have. Okay. We have. I have. PS4, Switch, Xbox, PC as well. But me in the house, we have 3 PS4s, 2 Xbox Ones, 2 Switches, a PC. No, tell a lie. Damn. We have 3 Switches. We have 2 normal Switches, 1 Switch Lite, which my 7-year-old daughter uses. She got that for Christmas.
So awesome. You have like a whole gaming family.
We honestly like my I have a 3-year-old. She's gonna be 4 soon, and she always wants to play what I'm playing now. So I can't play a game around her because she wants to play it. It kind of started with Pokemon Shield and Pokemon Sword. She was like, I really want to play it. So you'd start her in the first town and she'd just walk really around. Recent. And then now it's getting to the point where I was playing Concrete Genie the other day. She's like, I want to play. I want to paint on the walls. So I was like, all right. It's cute at first, and then it's like, listen, I need to play this game.
I need to play my games.
And then she won't get back the controller now.
So then I had After Party on the. I've been trying to play the Xbox a bit because the Games Pass is so good, isn't it? Like
it's amazing.
They're incredible. It's incredible. Like as much as I don't use my Xbox as much as I used to, Because I used to start on the I started with the 360. I didn't start with the
I mean,
360.
Xbox One has the best controller of all time.
No, you're
The-
wrong. You're wrong. And
No, the
you
Xbox
can,
Elite controller is the best controller of all time.
you can
and it's not
leave.
debatable.
You can leave.
Just
now.
gonna disrespect the N64 controller.
Whoa.
Yes.
man.
What do I have? 3 hands? Is that what you want? What do you want me to do with that?
Like the
stupid
Z
thing?
button on the back. Come on,
Oh man.
Yeah, the Z button.
completely necessary.
That's an awful controller.
Listen, that Z button made Mario do a little crouchy thing.
All right, I don't see
That's
the
a-
Z
that's
button
a
on the
awful
Xbox controller.
I really like the N64 controller, but I was dumb. I'm a dumb kid, so I was a dumb kid at the time.
I mean,
No, I
if
do
it didn't
agree with
have
you though. I
three
think that Elite
handles-
controller is the best.
Yeah. I mean,
I've,
no joke. I really do think that the Elite controller is the best controller.
Don't think I've ever
Like,
played
I
it.
think
I mean, so the daft thing is, we never used the Xbox 360, Xbox Ones. Well, my daughter used to back in the day, and with Roblox and Minecraft before she started using the PC. And me and my missus have got a weird fetish about collecting PS4 controllers. So we have about 14 PlayStation 4 controllers,
That's cool.
all perfectly working condition. But we have about 4 Xbox One controllers. We have like 1 Minecraft one, 2 black ones, and a wired one. And only the wired one works.
You
Like,
should go to the design lab.
we get,
Like,
like-
if you're a collector.
Yeah,
Design
Xbox
lab.
has
But we don't really
some
use the
amazing
Xbox.
custom
I mean, I'd love
controllers
to
you can
use
make.
it. But all my Xbox controllers have got
but-
stick drift. All of them.
You just said you like collecting controllers.
Yeah,
The
Don't
design
get 'em
the
lab.
off
PlayStation
Amazon.
controllers, not the Xbox.
I mean, it's a superior controller, so I don't know what the
I don't
problem
know.
is.
I don't know. I preferred the 360 controller, to be fair.
No, the one has a
Over
better
the
D-pad.
one, they're the same thing.
No, they're not. The Xbox
Yeah, and
One's
the
a bit
one
bigger.
has a better D-pad. You know?
360 one's a bit smaller.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
just
it's
preferred it.
smaller. I just
What
don't
do
know if
you really
played
use the
one.
D-pad for though?
I mean, I played.
The platformers, man.
Oh, platform. Okay, I'm not a big 2D platformer guy.
Okay, see, I love that's one of my favorite genres. But
Oh, okay. Well, at least you
gotta have
remember
the
that
D-pad.
then.
My favorite. I don't know. My favorite thing was before PS4 was I was a 360 guy. I mean, I've got
Yeah, I
Me
think-
too. Me too.
I've got 80,000 gamer score. So
yeah,
like,
I think I don't even have that much as a primarily Xbox person. I only have 66,000,
me leaving.
which is not.
I
Me
really like
leaving
that
the-
Xbox goes back and puts achievements on like their older games too. Like Knights of the Old Republic now has achievements, and like that's awesome. I wish
Well,
there
all
was
the
something like that on
backwards
PlayStation.
games.
Xbox are killing it when it
Right.
comes to services and keeping all the services up to date.
I mean, honestly, kind of everything that isn't just exclusives. Like, if you kind of take the like this may be sacrilegious, but if you take the exclusives away from PlayStation, to me they have nothing better than Xbox. Like to me, to me.
But that's the thing is their exclusives are like the best games in my
Mm.
opinion.
They are. I agree. They definitely are.
Right.
And I just think that people give PlayStation too much rope. Like
No, I can
if it
agree with
wasn't
that.
for those games, like if they start making too many Days Gones, right? Yeah, I know people like the
Whoa.
game, but
Days
if
Gone
they start
suck.
making it,
Whoa,
that's
I
where
hated
all
Days
of
Gone.
whoa. Don't start
Wait,
shooting
did you
the
like
shit.
Days Gone?
Days
they
Gone, my
make-
favorite game. Days Gone.
Oh
Okay.
no.
So Days Gone
No,
to this at this moment in my life, I know it sounds really backwards, is my game of the year for last year because I've
I
still not
actually,
caught up yet.
I actually appreciate that you like the game. That was just a
Did you play
I
Jedi
don't-
Fallen Order?
The thing is, I'm playing Jedi Fallen Order now,
Yeah, it's amazing.
so
That's the game of the
at
year
the
last year, in
moment-
my opinion.
as a
That's the game of the year last year.
100%. What was better?
Oof. I mean, see, the thing that gets me about like the game of the year discussions is I don't think remakes or anything like that should even be in the discussion. But Resident Evil 2 was the best game.
See, but Resident Evil 2
Um,
was more than just a remake. They completely
No, of
like
course,
redid
of
that
course.
game.
But they already had a foundation. So for me personally, I don't think it should even be in the discussion at all. Honestly, I really don't think the games were great last year.
Yeah, I'm
might
with
say-
you.
I
I don't
might
think
say-
last year was like the worst year of this generation. I think,
It
besides
was
maybe
pretty close.
2014.
It's pretty close. I'd probably honestly might agree that Fallen Order might be up there. I think Control got way too many nominations and stuff. I don't think.
Oh,
it's as
you
good as
okay?
people
I
say.
agree with you completely. I think Control's
Um,
overrated.
Well, the thing is, I love Control. I just
I
think
thought that story made no sense, and like I'm a big story guy with games. Like I love
Me too.
stories in video games. Yeah, and like I just thought that story was like, take
Well,
it or leave it.
the main story was it was more about like Darling and his story and like kind of the side things. Like Jesse
The
Faden
set
was
pieces were
such a
amazing.
boring.
I'm still
Yeah,
yet
yeah,
to
and
play them.
even like the ashtray
Oh, okay,
maze. Like,
yeah, you
everyone
gotta get
was
the
talking-
Control.
I've got
The
them.
Astro is fine.
I've got both of these games.
Yeah. The ashtray maze was like what everybody like was talking about, and the ashtray maze it was cool.
It was cool. It didn't like blow my mind.
No, not at all, not in the slightest. It was honestly more annoying because there was a part in the ashtray maze where you have to like platform up as they're moving. I don't know if you remember that part. And that part, like I died twice or something, and then
I died a lot during that part.
Yeah, you have to do the whole thing again.
Right, it became more frustrating than anything. Right, I know you learned that song very well during that part.
Yeah, I know that song well.
So
oh God.
with me, with like, because like I said, my game of the year of last year is still Days Gone. I've still got I've got Jedi. I'm playing Jedi Fallen Order right now. But the stupid thing is, I'm recording it because I'm doing a YouTube Let's Play of me playing it on the hardest difficulty, which is so frustrating.
Yeah, see, I write the games that I beat down every year.
I'm doing that now.
Yeah, I've been doing it since 2017. I actually posted it in the subreddit, so I don't know if you guys saw my post, but
I think I saw
I've been doing
it on my little notepad.
Yeah, it was on my notepad. So I've been doing it every year. So now I'm looking at like this year to really answer your question. I think the games that stick out that aren't like what we just talked about. Nobody's talking about Devil May Cry 5. It's amazing.
I like Devil May Cry 5. Yeah,
it's too easy of a game.
That was my first Devil May Cry game, so I didn't really like the story too much, but the gameplay was awesome.
The story. Oh, see, you don't still have the history. That story.
Yeah, that's. I think, from the friends I've talked to, that was it.
Yeah, I think where it ends, it's pretty great. Mortal Kombat 11, another game that nobody talks about, had one of my favorite story modes of the year.
I like the Injustice games. I don't play Mortal Kombat too much.
I love Mortal Kombat. I'd say Borderlands 3, and then another game that my best friend.
Borderlands.
It's just a fun game. Another game that me and my best friend Sloan play a lot, who will be the fourth member. Me and him play Slay the Spire all the time.
Oh, okay. I know people love that.
A super underrated game.
Do you play that on Switch?
No, actually, I played it on Xbox. It was in Game Pass.
I can say I've never played that game.
Yeah,
if you like, it's basically it's a dungeon. It's a game where you're going through a dungeon and there's different characters, and all your moves, cards. So you go through the dungeon. Each character has like a basic deck, and they're all basic cards except for like one or two. And then you either can buy cards through the store as you're going through the dungeon, or every time you beat a level, you'll get more cards. And that's pretty much it.
Sounds interesting.
What did you guys think of Kingdom Hearts 3?
I am not a Kingdom Hearts person.
Yeah, another.
Okay.
All these games that you've just rattled off, your Devil May Cry, your Control, your Star Wars. I've got every one of these games. That's mainly my missus type of game, Kingdom Hearts. But we've just not played them. It's hard.
Oh, okay.
It's hard as a.
I'm a huge Kingdom Hearts fan.
We've got 1, 2, and 3.
That game should be about for me. I just never played the other two. I never had a PlayStation.
Okay.
Never had a PlayStation 2.
Yeah,
so
they're like literally the only like JRPG I like, and that's probably just because they're more action style. I don't really like turn-based too much.
I mean, would you consider it JRPG? I consider it an ARPG.
I mean, it's an RPG from Japan, so kind of.
Yeah. I mean, I consider it just more action.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, those games though, I have such nostalgia for Kingdom Hearts that I just love everything they put out.
I will say, as an outsider, the music is on point.
The music is great. Yeah. Well, it's just Disney mixed with Final Fantasy, right?
Something gets me with that orchestral music, like you get I forget the name of the song, but yes,
that's the term, right? Yeah, it's just epic.
The song in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, that intro song, so good. It shows all the characters.
Oh, like when you first turn it on.
Yeah, and it has that lady singing over it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So we will get to. I think we'll do more episodes. When we do more, we can keep this conversation going. But I think maybe we 1 week.
Get into the first games, right?
Yeah, like we can go over a history, like we say, like we had this discussion off recording, but we can go through our own history of how we started,
Sure.
and what, etc. etc. But this is
Okay.
it's just it's a game of the year discussion, isn't it now?
That's what it turned into. Yeah.
But yeah,
That's
I
when
agree.
thought-
I agree. Like you mentioned, when you start shooting shit at Days Gone, I will shut you down. Don't get me
We'll
wrong.
all agree that Jedi Fallen Order is game of the year.
I agree. I don't agree yet, but I'm playing it on hardest difficulty, and it's pissing me off.
My
Okay.
problem with it was the lack of polish.
Glitchy.
But
Very.
Yeah, okay. I
my
see
problem.
that.
But
That's why I think last year was so weak, because that was still my
was
game of
very-
the year, despite all those problems. I just love the story in that. I think that was like the best Star Wars story in like a long time.
I'm gonna say no because Rebels is the best Star Wars story.
Oh, okay. I agree with Rebels. Rebels was better, sure. Better than the recent movies. Say that.
I have a soft spot for The Force Awakens.
I also
I
love
really-
the Force
I
Awakens.
really
love the new trilogy. I love both of those.
Yeah.
so
So do you want to start with the history?
not.
Before we start
Without
just
starting.
talking about Star Wars.
We'll do history. I think we could do history next. Do history next week of one of
Okay.
us, or I don't know. We can split it into 3
Yeah,
different.
that's a good point. It's like 20 minutes have passed already.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
really-
sure.
I
Let's
can
do
hear you.
the top
Well, let's
five
do the
games.
top 5, yeah, because I think that'll be a great way for
We'll start with
everyone to get to
we'll
know
start
everyone's
from-
gaming style.
So we're gonna go through
Yeah.
for people listening. We're gonna go through our top 5 games, our favorite games of all time. I'm right, or no?
Mine's like a
it's
rough list of that. If I thought about it more, these probably wouldn't
Yeah,
be
just-
my exact top
easier.
5, but
It
these would
definitely
all
be easier
be
to
in
do a
like
top.
my top 15, top 10.
So top 5, we'll say 5 each. So I'll go 5, my 5th, Connor's 5th, Daniel's 5th, my 4th, and so forth.
Sure,
No
sounds
pun
good.
intended. But I don't want to go first. So
No, we'll start from the top down. We'll go Connor first. Connor, what
Okay,
is
I'll go
your
first.
5th?
Okay, my 5th favorite game ever. Maybe not ever, but it's Horizon Zero Dawn.
oh no.
Which, yeah, I love Horizon
That's
Zero Dawn.
really high up there.
Yeah, I think this game
Oh.
had like the best. It's the best open world game out there, in my opinion. Just in
Interesting.
terms of like all the typical stuff that like Ubisoft has made popular, you know, with like the towers, the hunting, side quests, all that. Like I don't know what you guys consider an open world game, but this would be the top of mine.
I think
just love-
my only issue is the like the side quest stories.
Yeah,
they
they're
weren't
somewhat
interesting.
forgettable. I know what you mean. Some of the characters too aren't, you know, too
Sure.
good or too memorable, I'd say. Like I
I
can only really I haven't played it in like 3 years now, so
I
I
can
can only
remember-
remember like the main guy, Aloy, who's the villain?
So you got
The guy-
Silas. which
Silas,
was the
that was
villain.
it.
You
Yeah,
got
yeah. Who
Roth,
became the
which
villain
was
at the
bad.
end. Right, yeah,
Mhm.
Roth was great.
And then you got
See,
Aloy.
I love
That's
that
like-
game because like the
that's it.
first third of it is kind of like a coming of age story until she like gets out of that village, and then we get into like a real deep like sci-fi mystery, which I just loved about it. And like also sci-fi is usually like my favorite genre, and this was mixed with just beautiful visuals of, you know, just different landscapes, mountains, deserts, had it all. And then
It's a different way to tell a post-apocalyptic game, right?
Right.
Because it is.
When you combined it with the gameplay that Horizon had, I thought the gameplay was just so unique of, you know, taking out different parts on the dinosaurs and then, you know, picking up different things and crafting it and then being able to take things out that way. I thought it just combined different things from a lot of different games and did it so well that I just thought it was better than like any other open world game.
It's gorgeous and it had a great variety of weapons.
Great variety of weapons. I loved it, especially the weapon wheel. Like I love when games have a weapon wheel. That's like my thing.
Yeah.
so,
And a bow,
Especially when it-
like a bow and
It
arrow.
slows time down. It slows time down a little bit too. I like that.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
have time to make
sliding underneath, you know, those big T-Rex robots. They're just shooting underneath the bow, and it slows down. It's perfect. You light everything on fire. It all just looks amazing.
Yeah, knock it
But
till you go.
yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn, my number 5.
so I have a very controversial thing to say.
I'll say it.
What's that?
I did not like Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah, I do.
Oh no!
I
We're
and
gonna
to
have
my
to cancel
credit,
the podcast.
and
I'm sorry.
to my credit, so I got it. We got it day one. My partner started first. I was expecting a Zelda game, so I started Zelda.
Why?
She started Horizon.
Was the problem that you played Breath of the Wild?
So I had this
before that?
conversation
'Cause
yesterday.
They came out in like the same week.
No,
Yeah,
because
but that's to
I
me,
finished.
Why is there a comparison?
I
They're two different games.
I
I
finished
don't know.
Zelda first, and then I went to Horizon. And obviously, I'd watched my missus play it as well because our TVs are pretty much right next to each other when they're set up. And I played as a child, and then I played. She grew up, and the combat was fun. It was fluid. It was perfect. Like it was perfect. But for me,
it's better combat than Breath of the Wild.
For a third person,
I
open-world
wasn't
game,
even
I
trying
can't
to
name
compare
better
it.
combat.
For me, they're completely different games. They are completely different games.
Yeah, they are. Definitely.
I wasn't sitting there going, "Oh, this isn't like Zelda. This isn't like Zelda." I just didn't enjoy it. I didn't like the I like the look of the robots, but I didn't like the fact that you had to aim at certain parts of their body and you had to set the traps and you had to. I don't know. Maybe it's just me in that game. So I stopped playing it. So then, for 3 years, what year was it last year? 2019.
2008.
So we got
That
to
was-
2000.
that was-
It got to 2019. And I was like, I've still not played Horizon, and I should play Horizon because apparently it's an amazing
Yeah,
game.
you
And
like-
I did
you like
enjoy it. So I went to
Go
play
back.
it.
You just didn't
Just
like-
forget you played Breath of the Wild.
But I
and then
did.
play it.
But it's not.
Oh,
I
hold
was
on.
never comparing it to Breath of the Wild. I've never compared it. Everyone says
I
it's
think
because
people
you
just
played Breath of the
naturally
Wild.
compare it though because they came out the same week.
I just didn't like. Anyway, so I played it again. I tried to play it from where I left off. It didn't work. I didn't know the buttons. I didn't know how to play the game. I completely forgot. So I started it again, and I played it for 2 weeks. I got tried to do all the story, tried to do all the side quests, tried to plat it basically because that's what I like to do. If I feel like a game deserves my time, which I thought this game deserved, I got halfway through it and I was just like, I'm just not enjoying this game. So I was like, I'm still gonna complete it. I just main storied it. The story was
That's
fine.
fair.
I was
At least you
interested.
gave it the good old college try.
It was interesting, who is Aloy, who is a mother, how was she created, and it was
I think
interesting.
it hinges on if like that hooks you, like
It
who is
didn't, it
Aloy
didn't.
mystery.
And then the
Yeah.
final battle happened, and then I was like, you know what,
Oh, so you did beat it?
I finished it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
honestly-
of course I did.
Oh, okay.
It
I
deserved
think
to be
that
finished.
Horizon's best quality and underrated quality is the story for me. The fact that humanity died, like we had a failsafe, but humanity is gone.
The lore,
the
right?
apocalypse, yeah, the apocalypse
Like the
ended.
lore of
but-
it is so interesting.
Yeah, but the failsafe of the AI, like basically bringing humanity back, is amazing. What an idea! I love it.
Right.
Oh,
love
I should
that
have
too,
said
yeah.
spoilers.
Just
I
the
just
setting
spoiled
in
the whole-
general. Yeah, it's
Listen,
like,
if you've not played
haven't played it
Horizon
by
Zero
now.
Dawn now,
Right. Get out of here. Oh, I'm kidding. Still
like I said, I just didn't like it, but I know it's a good game. It probably maybe I should not say I don't like it. It's just not for me. I played it. I
Yeah,
gave it. I
and that's-
played it twice. I played it twice.
That's perfectly
technically.
fine. Not every game is
Fair.
for
I'm
everyone.
also
And
played
the
it,
second time, I mean, the first time we rented it, and the second time, I went out and bought it. I was like, it's worth £16. I'll play it. I got halfway through it, realised I didn't really like it, but I will finish it because it deserves to be finished. And then I can tell you why I don't like it. Because if I didn't finish it, I had no right to go. I didn't like it. I could never finished it.
No, I don't think that's a valid point. I think if you start something and you played 2 hours and you didn't like it, you didn't. That's fine.
Yeah, that's
I don't
pretty
think
much
you need
how
to-
I am. If I'm
I
not
don't think
feeling
you need to
something
be-
after a couple hours, I'm out.
Oh, me too, dude. Connor, I drop things like it's nothing. Like I told you, I write
Yeah,
the
me
games
too.
down. So
Oh,
like
okay, yeah, I'm exactly
I
the
legit
same.
beat games. So if I'm not into a game, it's it. You if you don't draw me in, I'm
Yeah,
out.
if you can't capture me in the first like 2-3 hours, I'm out.
Yeah,
I have so many games on my trophy list that are just like 1% or whatever. Just because I'm just like, eh.
So my fifth game of all time is Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
This game, let me tell you, boys, okay? I had just played this game in 2018. The game came out, I don't know, 2005 or something. It is backwards compatible, the 360 version. I've played this
Wait,
game.
when did you play it?
I played it in 2018.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
Wow.
It's this high on your
that-
list. Wow.
Oh yes, it is. It is this high. That game is incredible. That game plays perfectly for even today's standard. I know some people probably wouldn't think that. Why is this button here? Why is this the bumpers to do something stupid or whatever? But it plays amazing. That story? Are you kidding me? Come on, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. It has a James Bond intro. Come on.
That's when he like falls out of the plane, right? And like he's in like some kind
He
of
Halo
tube.
jump. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
To
That's
the
it.
island. But it has that whole Snake Eater song. If anybody listening is not, yes,
I've heard it.
I love James Bond, and it's just a James Bond theme song. And it's starting with that. Come on.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm not a Metal Gear fan at all.
And I'm not a Metal Gear Solid
Have you played Snake Eater?
I've played like the opening multiple times. That's why I know that song.
I own it. I bought it. We went for a bit of a retro phase a couple of years ago, and we just bought a load of PlayStation 2 games. And I was like, I know these games are good, and I'd love to play them, but I probably won't. But it's worth 50 pence.
Yeah, it's worth playing. You do
I
not
will
need to play
definitely
one
love
or
to
two.
play it. I'd love.
Yeah,
I'd like to play them all because everyone talks about them. So I'd like to play 1, 2, and 3.
I have not played 1. I've played 2 and 3. I want to play 1 and 4. They weren't on
They'll
PS4.
remake
I don't
one
have.
at some point.
I hope so. I hope they even port 4 to something.
But no, my problem with Metal Gear is I'm just not a big stealth fan. I just have no patience in life. I just can't like wait for anything.
Yeah, I love stealth. Stealth is amazing.
Oh, okay, nice.
I like
Like
stealth when
Dishonored?
it's done right.
Yeah,
When it's done
Metal
right,
Gear,
I know what you mean.
Metal Gear, especially Metal Gear 3, top tier stealth game. Easy.
And I don't doubt it, and I don't disagree. I think I think there's half the world has played Metal Gear Solid and loves it, and the half of the world have gone, it looks too confusing.
Yeah,
No in
everybody's like,
between.
oh, it's Kojima. It doesn't make any sense.
No.
Like, I feel like that's people that haven't played the
I've
game.
always been fascinated
Right.
by their stories. My problem is I don't like when games do like too tiny of details, like oh you gotta combine this thing with this thing to heal yourself, or you gotta hide and use this camo to hide somewhere else.
You really don't need to do much of that.
Okay, kind of.
You
Because I remember the
can get into
tutorials
the
in Metal Gear Solid 3 when they're explaining everything, and I think
Yeah.
that's just what turns me away.
I wouldn't focus too much on that. There's like a little meter you could see that with the camos and how how well people can see when things. It's not that. I wouldn't.
Okay.
Not too
I
much
wouldn't.
anyway.
How long?
All the boss fights are good too.
How long would it, I mean? I know things about the game because obviously I watch a lot of content and stuff. But what the fuck? Something just turned itself on. So I've heard that there's a boss at the end of Metal Gear Solid where if you want, you can just fast forward your PlayStation date and time, 25. Let's say
Oh, he
30
dies,
years,
right? I
and
think
he
I've
just
heard
dies
of
of old age.
That is the end.
That is amazing. That blows
And,
my
well,
teeny tiny
The
mind.
awesome thing about the end as well, you can actually kill him before the boss fight. So he is in a wheelchair. He's an old man. There is a part in the game where he is being wheeled into a building backwards. So they're like pulling him, and you can see his face. You can snipe him right there and not
What
have
a
to.
threatening final boss.
Well, he's not the final.
Oh, okay, he's not.
I'll go ahead and spoil it. The end of Metal Gear Solid, the final boss fight, is the greatest boss fight of all time. Fighting boss.
That's like the woman, right?
boss.
His
Yeah.
mentor type thing.
Yes, you probably have seen it. It's with the white petals everywhere. You're in like
Yeah,
a
I
field.
can picture. She's like wearing like a white, like Black Widow
Yeah.
type suit, right?
Mm.
Yes,
And she
It's
dies,
amazing.
Yeah, I can picture it in my head.
And then he
Yeah,
goes
and you
to the
have to
grave.
pull the trigger. Like the game won't end.
Yes,
you have to shoot
shoot
yourself.
it. Yeah. How long would it
Which
take me
is
to
really-
complete it?
That's beautiful.
I'd say no more than 20 hours.
Oh, that's not too bad then.
I really.
That's
No,
the first
I-
one, like chronologically too, right?
I think so. I'm not sure where 5 fits though, because I haven't played 5.
I believe 5 takes place in like the 90s, and I think Metal Gear Solid 3 is more like Cold War era, I think.
Yeah, it's somewhere.
You
around
haven't played
Cold War.
5. You probably
Could
love
you play?
5.
Yeah, probably. You play as Big Boss in that. You don't even play as Solid Snake. So, yeah, it's
30
before.
That's what
different bosses,
confuses
right?
me.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not that confusing. All Solid Snake, Liquid Snake, Solidus, all those other guys were clones of Big Boss.
Dark type snake, fairy type snake. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. Fire, flying
Fire,
snake. Yeah, of course.
Gyarados.
All right, then.
All right.
What's your number 5?
My number 5. I mean, this is in no order. This is the first thing that comes to mind.
No, of course.
I'm a very, before I say it, I'm quite an emotional person. Like, games hit me and I put myself in that situation, or where I am in my life then affects how this game makes me feel, if that makes sense.
That's what a good game should do, right?
That's why I play games. They're the only thing that make me feel.
In my deep black soul. So my favorite, probably my favorite game of all time, due to where I was in my life, and it's only last year or the year before. I like Red Dead Redemption 2. Like,
Nice.
Yeah. Yes, that's number 6 for me.
I was just playing that. Yeah, that'd be somewhere in like my top 20, top 15 for sure.
but it's just it's beautiful to look at,
Masterful.
and like it's
Still the best looking game. Like currently, what are we, beginning of 2020 right now?
100%.
Still the best looking.
Again, that game is like Shoot Me Out Back, right? That is Game of the Year 2018. Like God of War is also another top tier game, but God of War is not better than Red Dead.
I got to disagree with that. But continue.
It's just,
we'll
to me,
we'll
it's
talk
just
about
not.
God of War in a bit.
Yeah, sure.
What makes it my favorite game is the world, the story. I mean, but the game, everyone has the same story with Red Dead. Everyone's like, I started it, I didn't like it, it was slow, I turned it off, and most people never go back to it ever again. And it is quite slow. It is a quite slow game. You start off in the snow, you walk slow in the snow, and I think that's quite a bit when you first start.
What pulls you in though, right? Is how slow it is.
I mean, that's
depends on who you are, doesn't it?
That's like the best part of it is you're living Arthur's life.
Yes.
Made you feel so immersed in that world.
Yeah,
Just
you wake up,
everything you had to do.
Yeah, you wake up, you go eat, and then
I started.
Right. There was no fast travel, at least at first. Like you want to go somewhere, you ride your horse.
Exactly, and
that's good game design because they forced you to take your horse to point A to point B, and you see the world.
Right.
But there's moments in the game where I don't know. Like I started the game, I was like, I'm Arthur Morgan. I'm not a good guy. I'm not a good guy. And you were with these band of bandits, and you just something's horribly gone wrong, and you're on the run. And now you need to start again, make money. So anyone that wanted my help, I'd shoot them and rob them. Can you help
That's
me?
exactly
mister?
what I did at first.
And I was like, boom, see you in a bit.
Wow.
I ain't helping you. And then there was this guy who's like, hey partner, you want to shoot some bottles with me for a bet? And I was like, yeah, whatever, sure. And he beat me. So he was like, haha, cough up. So I just shot him in the head and took his money.
So that's what Arthur would do, right?
Exactly.
See,
So then-
that was not. I did not view Arthur that way though.
Oh.
See, I viewed them as a group that was being outcasted by society because this is just not the way the society is moving. We don't do that kind of the way that the style that they live. That's just, and that's the theme of Red Dead. It's even the theme of 1 as well. Like going around and being an outlaw, that's just, it doesn't work anymore. And being an outlaw, that's even saying that maybe they're bad too. But I don't know if I viewed Arthur as bad. I just viewed him as helping his people.
I think over the course of the game, right, he became good
Yeah.
as he started getting like more and more sick. And same as I'm sure you can talk about this even more, but like he turned into a good person for me to where I started making like better decisions than as him.
That's exactly how I did it. Because I felt guilty. I felt guilty for the man I shot.
Because he did.
In that, I did. Like I was like, I feel bad for the woman that was like, help me, mister, my horse has just booked me. No, see you in a bit. Pow.
My question then is, with the doctor, that he wanted you to go rough people up. Well, what did you think about that?
At first, I didn't have a problem with it. I was like,
Yeah,
whatever.
I didn't either at first, because like that's just what he would do. He would go do that.
I didn't care. I was like, this is the character. This is the aim of the game. This is what we've got to do to survive. I want to look after Dutch and the rest of the gang. These are my people. I look after them. And then as I started to you as you play the game, he coughs. He starts coughing, and you don't. They does it really early in the game, and you don't realise. And then all of a sudden you're like, he's coughing too much now. And obviously then it goes into your spoilers. Arthur's sick, terminally sick. And I was like heartbroken and devastated. And from at the time, this is why it's so important to me. It's like at the time I was currently working. I'd currently got the dream job, in quotes. And it just went to shit. Like nothing went right for me. I felt like a failure, and I couldn't play games. I was working nights, and I couldn't get to the PlayStation because I was too tired, or I had to go to sleep because I got work in the night. And for me, it helped after that all went away, and I started to go back to normal routine. The game helped me, and I can't really put it into words, but the game helped me just get back to. I was in like a depressed state. I was unhappy, and I just felt like a failure. And then with that game, just the story, the emotional aspects of it, like just trotting along. I was just relaxed.
Sort of motivated you in your own life.
Yeah, exactly. I just relaxed and I was like, everything's gonna be all right. And then, when you get on the horse and it's a long journey, and then they just put on a big tune. It was like that on I can't remember the words. The big song that goes on.
Yeah, the song where you're riding your horse when you get back from the island.
So are you talking about the final? Him riding his final? I'm going to end this. That scene.
No, I think you get off.
Are you talking about when the song plays when you're riding the horse? Like, and you're riding it for a really long time?
It happens twice.
Happens twice. The first time. So you come off the island. The island, and then that song.
Because there is a song when Arthur, it's the final showdown.
Yeah, like it's the Willie Nelson song.
Was it Willie?
Willie Nelson did the first one. Did the original, I believe.
Okay.
I forgot what the words were. I've been living too fast. I've been living.
I mean, the song
long.
For me is the song in the epilogue.
Where they make the house?
No, American Venom.
Okay, I love the make the house song.
The building house song's a funny song. I like American
the best.
Venom. You climbing the mountain is John.
Oh, okay. That's up to Dutch.
Yeah, to Mike. You don't know Dutch is there.
Okay, I got you.
You're going to
give her Dutch walking out.
Mm-hmm.
So funny thing happened to me. So I was at a kind of funny meet and greet, and I was talking to this guy, and he works for Rockstar, and he was like, "Oh wow, like what part of the game did you work on?" He was like, "Oh, the proudest part of the game for me is the hit when Arthur and Lenny go drinking."
Oh, that's awesome. There's a song there too, I believe.
Yeah. He made that. He made that. And I remember it sounds so cheesy and so like corny or whatever. But I was just like, thanks. Like you and the rest of your team, like, because I was in a really bad place. Like I thought about doing some stupid things. Kids, like, like even though I had a family and everything, I just couldn't get out of this. Like, I'm a failure and I don't deserve to be here. Like, and I won't say we've all been there, but people could definitely relate. And I just said to him, I was like, you saved my life, like you in that game, like. I had an argument with someone on Twitter. I was like, this is the greatest game I've ever made, and it was like, you're wrong. And I was like, no,
it's an opinion.
Yes, it's an opinion. It
doesn't matter.
But it wasn't like, oh, I respect your opinion, you're wrong. It was, laughing you straight off the internet, wrong.
Yeah, it's just, I think that's just the time that we're in right now. It's just super opinionated, and everybody else.
Red Dead 2, I can see why that game wouldn't click for certain people.
Of
Like,
course,
that's not a game where
100%.
I'd be like, oh, you have to play this. It's like, no, you have to play it if you'd be into it.
Yeah, the only problem with Red Dead 2, and to me it's the only problem, is the Guam Chapter 5.
Yeah,
I feel like
I was going to
it,
say that. It was unnecessary.
The
it could be
island?
there. Yeah, the island. It could be there. I just think it was too long. Like, cut that in half
Yeah.
in terms of time. Spend like an hour on there. Get me in there. Let me get out. Boom. Get back to the main area.
When I
That's
think
just a-
back on that part, that's almost where the game took like a turning point for me, where it became like much more fast-paced. It felt more like a traditional Rockstar game then. From that point on, I thought like you're just going mission to mission. Because right before
Yeah,
that
'cause
is the
it's
giant
a
bank
smaller
heist,
area.
right? That's why you leave.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much like chapter 1 to 2 is pretty slow, and then you get to 3 and 4. That's when it starts
Yeah,
picking
Yeah,
it
up.
when it
picks
gets
up.
when it starts to pick up after 3 and 4.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty much once you get to the dueling families and the farm and stuff. That's when it starts picking up.
Yeah, the epilogue's probably my favorite part. That's when it becomes full on like traditional Rockstar game. I also really love John Marston. I liked the first game as
I
well.
do. I love John Marston. He's a great character.
So yeah, that's my number 5. So the way we're going to do it now, I'm going to go back from 4 and then we'll go the other way. Then go the other way. For me, that makes perfect sense. For you guys at home,
Yeah.
it's our fault for making it stupid. My number 4 is Gears of War as a whole. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, you're cheating.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know we were playing like that either. That also changes my number 5. But go ahead.
This isn't. Yeah, I make the rules around here.
Okay.
Now, are you doing 1 through 5? Also including Judgment?
Yeah, you're
then?
doing the whole series. Can I go back to just say Metal Gear?
All right, I would say. Oh,
Now you
Gears
gotta
of War
be careful
trilogy?
which Gears.
The
They're
first
all-
trilogy?
the original trilogy. Simply because I'm
Yeah.
halfway through 5 as we speak. I would say halfway through
Okay.
5. I'm at Act 3, I think, or Act 2.
I really like 5.
I like
There's
4.
four acts.
4 was not perfect, but they were building a new world and a new story.
Better
new
than
characters.
Judgment.
4 got unnecessary hate.
Yeah, but
Did it? I thought people really liked that game.
No.
most part.
people don't like
Really?
change. People don't like change at all.
No, they ask for it and don't want it.
That was the thing with 4, though. It didn't really change that much. I mean, characters and story.
That's it, though, isn't it? Characters, they didn't like it.
No, the biggest problem with 4 was the environmental kills. You could just die instantly. Like all the weather effects, the wind and
Oh,
stuff.
okay. On like a multiplayer side, I didn't get into
No,
the
the
multiplayer
story. You don't remember like
Really?
the sections where you're running and like things are
Nah,
flying
'cause
and
it's
die immediately?
I played that whenever it first came out, so.
Oh, I
don't
just have a
know
good
if I-
memory. It just was
Okay.
really annoying.
Yeah, I'm a shit.
You just- You'd be running and then a box would fly and kill you.
I do remember
It
that.
wasn't every section.
I think
It was
had
just,
those cool weather effects though.
I'm trying to think of
Yeah.
Gears of War. If we want it, I think Gears of War.
You can do the trilogy.
I think the original. I will go for the original trilogy. 5, obviously, I've not finished
Sure.
yet due to just life. 4, I enjoyed. It was more Gears of War. I wanted it. I enjoyed it. I liked. I think JD was a bit stale. Don't get me wrong. They tried to find that replacement for Marcus, and then I think what they did is they were making the game and all like this JD character's not really doing it. We should just go and get Marcus back. I could be wrong, and I probably am wrong.
no, I mean he was with
He
you
was
in
pretty
4.
generic in 4. I thought he was much better in 5.
Yeah, JD was better in 5, but Marcus was with you in 4.
Yeah, I
When you
know. I
needed a
mean,
fourth
what I'm saying is, I
person.
think maybe they halfway through development they were like, "Should we get Marcus back?" Do you mean not? I don't know. Maybe not because the story's like.
That's
No,
the
I-
best part of 4 though.
I would
still,
probably
that tomato
disagree
farm.
with you. But, I'd probably just disagree, just because I think that he did take a backseat, but he was there. Once you get to him in 4, he was kind of like your 4th member because they didn't have a 4th
No.
member. It was kind
I
of
mean,
just
I don't
Marcus.
even remember that much. Like, but I played it so long ago. You forget how long ago these games come out.
Yeah, that
What was
was
Gears 4? 2015? 16
Yeah.
maybe?
15. Yeah,
So-
15?
we have a
Okay.
problem. Like me and the missus have a problem with Gears. I mean, we've only just started Gears of War 5, but something happens to JD, and then it goes forward a couple of months, and then you
Yes.
see JD after, And like JD looks like me now, like because I shave all my hair off and I have the beard. So my missus is like, I don't think I can play this game anymore. I was like, wow, what's up with you? It's not that bad. She's like,
JD turns to the dark side.
He looks exactly like you, and I was like, oh yeah, he does, doesn't he? I was like, I'll take that. But no, don't spoil it. Please don't spoil it because
No.
I've literally, I think, Kate. I just got on the skiv. Something's cracked off with Kate. She's seen something that she didn't want to be seeing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think
So
the first,
why the original?
the first trilogy. Yeah, the first trilogy. We had the Xbox 360. My two best friends had two best friends, and we used to just play it every day, every minute of every. Like we didn't have jobs. Like we didn't care. We just fucking smoke weed, drink beer, and just play Gears. Yeah, that's it.
That's how you do it.
Gears all a Horde. Make sure we did the Horde on 1. Make sure we did the Horde on 2. And then met my missus. Played 3 with the missus. And I ended up getting a Gears of War tattoo. Like, and everyone's like, obviously I regret it now because it's not the greatest of tattoos.
What is it?
It's a cog. It's the
Oh, it's just a cog. Okay.
It's a
Where
cog.
do you have it?
On my arm.
Oh, okay.
On my forearm.
It's not too bad.
No, it's good. But the stupid story is like I went to go and get it, and they did the cog, and coloured the cog red, and then left coloured the skull in the middle red, and then left in the middle bit around the skull. They didn't colour it in. So a couple of weeks as it heals, I went back and I was like, "Listen, this isn't looking great. Like it's it's not great tattoo." It's like, "Yeah, we know. We sacked that guy. Sacked being fired." And I was like, "All right." I was like, "We're gonna sort this out then." He goes, "Yeah," and he still charged me like another £20 just to get it resorted. But no, it looks loads better. But a lot of people are like, "Why did you get that Gears of War tattoo?" And that? And for me now, looking at it now, it just reminds me of all them good memories. You know, I remember,
it means something to you.
100%. I mean, at one point, they used to come to my house, and I had like a big, massive box TV in the spare room. I'd have my TV in my room, and they were like opposite each other completely. So we just they'd bring one of their Xboxes, and there'd be 2 in the other room, 2 in my room, and we'd just smashing it, absolutely smashing it. And then one of my best friends, he used to come around every Friday, and we'd buy a pack of cigarettes, we'd buy a couple of Budweisers. And we just play Wingman, and we called it Wingman Friday. And because we were smoking these cigarettes, and drinking the beer, we thought we were the best Wingman players ever. We were fucking killing everyone. I don't know how bad we were because we were pissed off, but
in reality, you're just in last every time.
We were sick. And we called it Wingman Fridays. Like, oh man, so many good memories.
Yeah, my favorite is Gears 3. Out of the franchise. Gears 3. That's probably my favorite of the franchise.
I think 2.
I will go 2. Yeah.
My favorite.
2, the Dom moment with his wife, I think, in the campaign, super good. I love the big worm in that too.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the fuck it is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's my favorite as far as campaign is, at least. I'd probably go 3 with multiplayer though.
My favorite character is Cole.
Yeah, Cole trades the best.
And then Cole in the 5th one.
He's great.
He just did some crazy stuff with his bike. I was like, oh my fucking god.
Yeah, Cole's always great. He's always
fun. 4, he has that moment with like that giant robot.
Yes.
Yeah, Cole has great moments just in general throughout the whole series.
Oh my god.
Great entrance in like 2, I think, where he's like jumping off the roof.
Yeah. Even just any time he talks about grid ball or whatever it's called.
Oh yeah, whatever. A game. Grip ball?
Being a football.
Is that
no,
Halo
not grip ball. That's Halo.
That's a Halo. Okay, whatever.
Whoa.
Grid ball.
Grid ball, something like that. They sound similar.
Yeah.
That's
number 4 is Mass Effect 2. I'm not going to say the trilogy.
Yeah, boy. Mass Effect 2.
I'm going to say Mass Effect 2.
Well, since we're going to talk about this, my number 4 is also Mass Effect 2.
Ooh, look at this.
I would just go the trilogy now, though. He did the trilogy.
I'm gonna be fair and just say
if you would have stick with 2, I'm down to just talk about 2.
Okay. And what is there to say? Mass Effect 2.
It's
one of the greats, man.
fantastic
One
game.
of the greats.
Up there
Some of
with
the
greatest
best
games of all
side
time.
characters of all time.
Yep.
Still
Um,
the best side quests of all time, I think. Like the ones with the characters specifically.
Yeah, the loyalty missions. Yeah, the
Yeah,
loyalty
the
missions.
loyalty
are great.
missions are fantastic.
I'm a sucker for suicide missions where you're like, we're
I
gonna
love
go in
that
there, we
too.
might die.
Right.
We don't.
And it's all
bad
leading
final
up to
boss.
like an epic final moment throughout, and you
Yeah.
feel that throughout the whole game.
I remember trying so hard to keep everybody alive. Everybody.
Right. Oh, I know.
And that one moment, and hopefully everyone knows what I'm on about. That one moment fucked it all up. What moment was it?
Which one?
The
There's
where,
multiple.
where I can't remember the characters' names.
Mine,
now.
everyone lived.
The women,
Yeah,
the two
everyone
women
lived.
have that big bus stop, and you have to take a side.
Are you talking about Samara when you first meet Samara?
No,
You're trying to recruit
it's the human
Samara?
lady, and then
Miranda?
is it Jax they call her?
Jack?
Oh,
she's the
Jax.
bald one.
Yeah,
the psionic lady.
and they just
Yeah.
they have an argument, and you have to pick a side, and that fucks everything up.
I don't remember this.
Yeah, probably fucked everything up for me. I
So
think,
did
I
one
think-
of them die
I
for
think
you?
Jax died. Yeah, I think Jax died.
Oh,
I think I
okay.
might have lost another one, but
I think
I-
if I remember correctly, she's like the hardest one to keep alive.
yes, I
Is she?
yeah.
I don't
I
remember
believe
this.
so. She can like die during the initial part when you're flying in there, and that's like a really hard part to keep
And she
her
slides
alive.
out or something, doesn't she? And then she falls out or something.
I believe
I know
so.
that when you recruit Samara, you can either recruit Samara, or if you pick sides, you could choose her daughter. And then it'll just be her daughter the whole time.
Oh, okay. Samara is the
The
like
blue
blue
lady.
alien, the older one.
Yeah,
The one that you sleep
the
with.
other
the first
daughter.
one.
I think
no,
that's
that's
the
Leon.
younger one. Yeah, Liar. So that's her mom.
Okay.
No,
Well, I
it's a
never.
different-
Oh, okay.
I never played the first one. I never. I try. I don't think I even tried. I'm lying. I remember just the
The
first.
great
gameplay is
Just-
terrible in the first one, but the story is so good.
The
Yeah,
second one.
it's a great game.
It just came out, and I was just like, everyone was going on about it, so I was like, oh, I guess I'm gonna get it, and it was fantastic. And I worked this really shitty cleaning job, so I used to get up at 5 a.m, get to work for 6, finish at 8, go straight in the kitchen, cup of coffee, bowl of cereal, straight upstairs, 8 a.m. until about 12 at midnight. For about a week, just playing
That's
it.
gaming.
Oh
that's
my
gaming right
god,
there. Let's go.
I've never been so engrossed in a game in all
Some
my life. Like, it's
dedication.
probably my favorite game. One of my favorite games.
What
of all
You just
time.
need to play it.
What classes did everybody play?
Oh, I can't.
So in
remember.
2, I was, yeah, I can't remember what it's called. Maybe Biotic, maybe. The one where you had powers, but you also shot a lot. You had like every type of gun, and you could like shoot that blue thing out your
The
arm.
soldier was the gun-focused one, and there's the
Yeah,
adept.
so it wasn't the shoulder. It was probably Adept. Whatever was
Adept
like
had the
half gun,
Singularity.
half. No, not Singularity then.
Okay, that wasn't the adept.
That was like the orange color one, right?
There
you
was
could,
the
like,
sentinel
repair
that
shit
had
as
the
well.
shield.
Been a while since I played this.
Yeah, I played Vanguard, which was you would have the
Was
The
that like
rush
all
ability?
powers?
no, it was the one where you'd have ability you can rush in, and then you'd have the slam. It was all about like
Okay.
being really close in the fight.
See, I might have played that in 3 because I remember the slam, but I don't remember doing it in 2.
Yeah, I think it was Rush and Nova. I think was the slam, if I remember
2 had
correctly.
great gameplay though too,
Yes,
which
2's
was
perfect.
the thing. Which it is. It is almost a perfect game.
If it had
But,
a great boss fight at the end, it'd be a perfect game.
You see, I like the boss fight. It's like that weird giant Terminator looking thing.
Yeah, it was like a baby, a giant like metal baby.
It's just a weird skeleton thing. It's like, all right, whatever.
I think I just played generic. What's the generic one?
Soldier,
Uh,
I
probably.
think I was just a soldier. I could be very wrong. I did play 2 and I played 3, and I tried
The
to
soldier
play
was
the
the
new
best
one.
for just gun.
I think you
Just
get
the-
basically the same thing out of all of them though, because even when you pick soldier, you still get like a weird power. Not like an
Yeah.
actual power. It's with a gun where you can like shoot things.
Yeah, it was like
or
a
whatever.
charge shot or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, each one gets like a specific thing. Like the Sentinel had a shield, the Adept had the Singularity.
What I love
Vanguard
about
had
Mass Effect
charge.
though, and I wish they just continue doing this in other games, is carrying the save file over. 'Cause when I did that from 1 to 2, and it really just like felt like my character. That was so cool at the time.
Yeah, all your choices seem like they mattered, right?
Yeah, and like a lot of things, lot of minor things would carry over from 1 2. That like some character would come up and talk to you about something that happened in the first game. And I was just like, oh shit, yeah, I remember that.
That's just classic BioWare, isn't it? Before they went a bit weird.
Yeah, not nowadays. This generation's been hard to be a BioWare.
Multiple games in a row at this point.
Yeah.
I think as from Mass Effect 3 was good, but it wasn't as good as 2. And
I really like 3. It's just
I enjoyed it.
I mean, it just had a bad ending. It just had a bad
terrible.
ending. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all it had. Every other.
But the
part of Mass
problem with
Effect
that too
was
is
so good.
it tarnishes the trilogy as a whole, kind of.
Yes.
It all leads up to that.
Yeah, kind of.
3.
Like I wish if they make a remake, which they will at some point.
They
or
need
maybe
to.
just a
This is the
remaster,
question I want.
Fix the fucking ending.
Where the fuck is the trilogy? Why have they not
I mean,
done
it's a
a
great
remastered
question.
trilogy?
I'm gonna be honest. Okay, I don't really want any remake. Okay, just
I
port
would like
the
a
old
full-on
game.
remake though. I feel like RE2 remake.
No,
like
but
It's
this
make
not.
shows
It's
what
not
they could
old.
do.
It's not
5.
old enough, is
Make
it?
Mass Effect 5. That's what I want.
I think-
I don't want
They
any.
tried a new Mass Effect and it was terrible.
Let's just.
I didn't like the new one.
I must be in a unique situation because I just want the. Like, don't like. I love RE2 remake. I love RE3 remake, but let's just do 8. Let's go on. We have RE2. Like,
I agree
love
with that. My problem with BioWare is that I don't think BioWare is the same BioWare anymore. Like, I don't think the
100%.
same people that worked on the Mass Effect trilogy are even working there anymore. It doesn't seem like
No.
it.
No,
I mean, they got Casey Hudson back, but he's one man.
Which is why
He's
I
not
want the
a
Mass
studio.
Effect trilogy the most, because, like, they're never going to capture what they have with Mass Effect again.
Yeah, they
Unless they
won't.
somehow got, like, the major people back.
There's money in it. I think it's too late now for this generation. Maybe in the next generation.
Whatever their next game is, I mean, they
And
got to
then-
really come out.
They're hiring, aren't they? No, wait. I'm talking about my
In
house.
Dragon Age 4, I assume. Is
Yeah,
what
I'm
they're
just not a
making
big Dragon Age fan in general.
No,
No, I
me
tried.
neither.
I tried the last one. I played it.
Yeah,
I finished it,
Inquisition.
but I wasn't engrossed in it. I just did it.
Yeah, I played probably about half of it. I was never, like, super into it.
Number
It was
2.
okay.
Number 2 is an incredible game. Absolutely incredible game. And let's just hope we get a remaster. I just want the trilogy. Just put it on a trilogy. Give me 3 discs. And charge me
Fix
50.
Mass Effect 1's combat. Like, make the combat
Yeah,
the same
and
throughout
then-
all 3.
And then charge me £50. And I'll go and get
just
it.
change the ending for me.
They put
Make
DLC
write a
in
new
the
ending.
ending, didn't they?
Yeah, they did that, and they tried to retcon the ending a little bit,
And it
but
still
it
wasn't
still
great.
wasn't very
It
good.
just extended the ending, really.
Yeah, it just explained it a bit more, if I remember correctly.
So, Connor, what is your number 3?
Oh, we're going on my number 3 now. My number 3 is...
No, wait. Number 4.
Let me pull up this list.
No,
Number 4.
Connor's
We had the
number
same
4?
number 4. Yeah, Aspect 2.
Oh, okay. I must have missed that.
Yeah, I had that written down too. Okay, so my number 3 is God of War 2018.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh, days. What a game.
For me, I grew up loving the original trilogy. Well, just God of War, mostly 1 and 2, because 3 didn't come out till like much later. I think I was in high school by the time that one came out. But I played 1 and 2 like religiously. I've probably played 1 maybe like, I don't know, at least 5 times. And
Cool.
2, same thing. But when I first saw the gameplay for this new one, I was actually like just really turned off by it. I wanted something, because I don't like a lot of like hack and slashers. Like Devil May Cry is not really my thing. Although I did like the last one quite a bit.
I used to like the
I
I
love third-person action games.
did Dante Inferno. Did some
I do
Bayonetta.
too. It's just hack and slashers. See, I've tried all of those, and I don't know. Platinum games especially, I don't understand why I'm not into. But anyways, when I saw this new God of War, I was so disappointed because they were just changing the gameplay, you know.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, you were wrong.
I was so wrong. And when I started playing this one, I just fell in love with it immediately.
The first 10 seconds of the game, I was in love. The first
when you're
10
cutting down the tree.
when you hit that tree with your axe and you feel every fucking swing and you feel the velocity, you feel hitting the tree. Like, I'm trying to give a good adjective towards it.
I mean, I
Oh,
don't
Feeling
play
that
with
controller,
vibration,
right?
so I don't feel anything. I play no vibration.
Really?
Yeah, I hate it with a passion. I hate vibration.
What?
It's
Any
because you're a big
on
first-person
everything.
shooter guy, right?
Yeah, it annoys me. It bothers me when I'm trying to aim for that headshot and then something happens and it starts vibrating.
I do just want
What?
to talk about the axe though, because I think the axe
Is
might be
yeah.
my favorite
the
video game
greatest thing
weapon.
ever.
And before that, it was the Blades of Chaos, but the axe, it felt just so perfect in this game.
I've got
When you threw it and then called it back, it felt perfect.
perfect. I've got
The moment for me is the Blades of Chaos moment.
I see
That's
that's
the moment.
yeah. Growing up being such a big God of War fan, when there's a line, I can't remember it exactly, but he was like, "I know of a weapon," and you just
Yeah.
knew immediately, like, "Oh fuck, we're about to go get the Blades of Chaos." And you
It's
pull them
going
out, and then
down.
you first play them, and it almost changes like the entire game just with
100%.
that one
Yeah.
new weapon now. And now you can switch between them, and you're fighting these different type of enemies now with it, and it's just so much fun.
So with me, I had no affiliation with the old games. Like I didn't never really wanted to play them. I think my girlfriend had played God of War. Is it 3 on the PS3?
Yeah, 3 was the PS3 game.
So I'd never played any of them, and obviously when the
Also,
game got announced, I was like, okay, it's God of War, and obviously the previews came out, and I was more and more interested, and then I wanted it. I mean, I've got a God of War controller. I've told you about my controller addiction, so.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like the one with the symbols on it.
Yeah, and the God of War
Yeah,
in
I've
the middle of
seen
the touchpad. So
Good looking controller.
oh, it's beautiful. So then for me, God of War, I'm a dad. So for me, from the start is you've got your mum's body, you've got I think you burn it. Do you burn it? You burn it, don't you?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, you burn
So
it
you
right in
burn
the
it,
beginning.
and then obviously you and your son are stuck together. You've got no relationship. You've got no relationship with your son at all. Like
No.
he obviously loves
That's
him.
the game.
Yeah, exactly. That's the game. So obviously the combat's incredible. The axe is incredible. But as you progress through the game, you and your son's relationship gets it goes through so many emotions, and it's like there was one point in the story. There's loads of points in the story, but there's one point where like you're rowing the boat, and we'll get to what's his the guy in the head.
Mimir? Or, no, that's the
Mimir.
yeah, something like that.
So he was incredible
the
as
best
well.
character in the
He was
game.
incredible as
The
well.
best character.
So you're rowing the boat, and you and your son are talking, and I think your son said something about you didn't care about me, you didn't care about mum, and you control the boat until that moment, and you stop the boat, the game takes over, Kratos takes over, and Kratos goes, listen, boy, I fucking loved you, and I fucking loved your mother, and I would have done fucking anything. He didn't say the fucking, but this is, as a father, This is exactly what I would have said. It's like, you better shut your fucking damn mouth. I fucking loved your mother. I went to fucking work for you, and I'll do anything for you, and you ever say that again to me again, and I'll fucking get my Leviathan axe, and I will shove it straight up your ass. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Such a
This was
good
the
like
moment-
raising a child story.
Yeah, and this was the moment in the game when he started getting hubris because he realized that he was a god.
He was a god, and he got an
Yeah.
arrogant, cocky little shit.
Yeah.
But it was brilliant. And when that game ended, that was it for me. That was the that is probably, I feel like it's a bit of a cop out because it only happened like a year ago, 2 years ago. But it's my best game of all time. As a father, and watching that story unfold, it doesn't get any better than that. It doesn't get any better. And there's so many moments in that story where he's talking to his son, he's teaching his son. And then
I feel like the story.
Then you've got the cast of characters, Mimir, like, and he was so interesting. I wouldn't say I don't care about. This sounds a bit bad because the podcast called Nerdic Gods, but
Yeah,
I'm not.
Better be our number one game.
It's not like I don't care. It's just I've had no. That doesn't really interest me. It does now with everything with the Avengers and
Yeah, when you got exposed to it.
well, it's all been like chucked at me. I didn't really do education in school. Long story, but now it's so interesting. But I forgot my train of thought. But when it all got ended and I was so interested. I was so intrigued. It made me interested in that part of history. And then, other than the relationships and the cast of characters and what Mimir was talking about, I was so interested. Every little
his boat
theory.
stories.
Incredible.
When you would literally stop before you got the
because you didn't want it to end. And then
you didn't want it to end at all. You had to listen to the rest of that story.
And the best part is, if you did, you get back in the boat and you'd be like, "What was I saying then?" And then obviously, and Atreus was like, "You were saying something about Thor, having a big ego." I don't know, big ego example. And he'd be like, "Yeah, all right. Oh yeah, that's it." And it was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah, Mimir's my
never
favorite
in a
character.
game is there a more interesting way to travel than just listen to his stories.
I need to play that.
Like
game.
normally, when you're just going from point A to B, you're just literally just traveling there, trying to get there as fast as possible. But with that, they made it so interesting.
I love that game.
Also,
Yeah,
I feel like the
normally
story overall is just like such a clean story, if you know what I mean. Like, feels like The Godfather, like Goodfellas or something, where like you can tell it like back to front, and you know exactly like what's been happening. Like, there's nothing really like confusing about the story. It's
No.
just such good writing and great characters. And they kept the cast of characters like so small too, where
Yeah.
you're not,
Yeah, I was surprised.
getting all this crazy lore and trying to remember everyone's name and everything.
And then when the big reveal in the story happens with the woman and the bad guy,
Well, there's two. It's all at the same time.
it was
You had the reveal that she was the from Jotunheim. She was a giant, and that he was also Loki. His name is Loki. Two reveals at the same time.
A little bit before that, my favorite moment is probably the very, or it might be a little bit. No, it's a little bit before that, where Boulder dies, and his mom, Freya, I believe her name was.
Yeah.
Whoever that actress was, that's probably the best acting I've seen in a video game. That end scene where she screams out after he dies.
Yeah,
And you
I don't know
believe
if
her
it's
as
the
well.
best.
You believe what she says.
Right. And the graphics in that game too. Got to talk about that for a second, because at the time it was definitely the best looking game. I think Red Dead probably took over now.
It's also it's stylish. It's not just like the
Right.
best it can look. Like Red
There's
Dead.
that
is
great
really
moment
good.
with like the turtle, and when you're at Freya's home and you see all those different colors for the first time instead of just snow.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, very vibrant.
With when I had the because I got it for my birthday, so I got the controller in the game for my birthday. So first thing I did was play the game. So once I played the game fully with the controller, and then when the game ended, and obviously the two side characters that did all your upgrades and whatnot, and then you look at the controller and you're like, because it's got the symbol of them being combined, because obviously them two need to be together to. I can't remember the story.
Yeah, the brothers.
Do you know what I'm saying? Their symbol, and then you're like, you look at the controller and you're like, they made that together. I know it sounds really stupid, but I felt
No, I understand.
I felt they made this controller. If that makes sense. Do you know what I'm saying?
I get it.
The great thing about those is I almost bought that special edition PS4 Pro, but like I thought it looked stupid before the game came out.
Yeah.
It was just all those symbols and you didn't understand it. But then after playing it, I was like, oh god damn it! I wish I bought that.
That's the one thing I
know
want.
what you mean. It's just symbols.
Yeah,
that's the one thing someone needs to make me. I'm currently talking to somebody actually about it. I'm going to get the Leviathan axe made to put it on the wall.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah.
You gotta get it super big like that too. I don't know how tall.
He's made one himself, so I was like, I need it.
But no. Really? You've seen it?
Yeah. He's just got to make it. I think he makes it out of foam. But
okay.
But he'll put some detail on it. But as a father, everything when Atreus spoke back to me, it pissed me off.
Like,
do you know what I mean?
Kids.
Like who the like I was like, you know what I mean? Like I'd like, who the fuck is he talking to? Like I'm his dad. Like he needs to listen to me.
Yeah, but Atreus has a perspective too.
Yeah, of course.
You know, he's a kid that didn't have a dad really. So who's this guy trying to take charge of his life, right?
you understand his anger, right?
Oh, yeah, you
Especially
do. Of
when,
course you do.
Like the first half of the game, Kratos is
Like
kind of keeping things from him, like pretty much everything.
Yeah, the person that took care of Atreus, and from his
Right.
perspective,
He doesn't
yeah,
understand what's happening. It's almost like
Yeah.
going through puberty story, except for this kid, it's turning into a god story.
yeah, it's him developing into a man, basically.
Right.
That's right.
All right. Daniel, you want to move on to your number
Okay.
two?
My number 3 is The Last of Us.
Bastard.
Nice. See, this would have been like my number 6.
Yeah,
Really?
So
Probably, yeah. I don't have it on my list, shockingly, but
What the
it's
fuck?
right up there.
no, I get it. It's top 10. I get
Yeah,
that.
it's hard to choose.
But
It's the
very
top
similar.
one.
Another day of
Yeah.
the week, it's probably on my top 5.
Yeah, it bounces for me as well.
Right.
But it has a similar story to a similar style story where it's 2 characters on a journey, and that's pretty much it. You meet other characters, but there's really not much else to say about Last of Us. It has some of the best performances in video game history, period.
So we get there with Troy Baker.
Yeah, Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson.
Ashley Johnson absolutely
Amazing.
kills it in that game.
Yeah. I cannot wait to see what he does with Last of Us 2
Oh, that was easily my most anticipated this year.
I'm not gonna lie.
and how.
When they delayed it, I don't think I've ever been so happy in my life.
Why is that?
Because February the 21st is my daughter's birthday.
Oh, okay.
And I was
They did
will-
it just for you.
I was willing to cancel.
Your birthday is off until the 22nd, sweetie.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But no, yeah.
I'm not celebrating that day. You can play Last of Us 2, that's it.
I mean, I think the opening moments of the game would hit anybody straight in the feels unless you haven't got a soul.
It,
Gotta be
it-
the best video game opening of all time, right?
I would say
it's up there at least.
up there. I mean, there's a few other games I think that are pretty close as well. I think BioShock is also one of my favorite openings.
I love
But
BioShock as well, right?
It doesn't have the emotional resonance as
I think the thing with
Last.
Last of Us opening is like you could literally just show someone that and you don't even need to play the rest of the game and like they'd have an amazing experience.
I mean,
Yeah.
me and my missus, we nearly, I know we were gonna, but it made us like, we looked at each other and we were like, I don't think I want to play this game anymore. I mean, it was like, oh god, this is gut wrenching, like it's horrible. And I don't even think, what year did it come out? 2013.
Summer 2013.
Yeah, 2013.
So we just become parents. Like our daughter was not even 1.
Oh, okay. And
So-
you had a daughter. That must have really hit you.
Oh man, like I still can't watch it. Okay, I don't think I
It's rough.
played it. I've tried to play it again. I think I got distracted with the online. That's another thing about Last of Us. The online was really, really good.
Really
Very
good. Underrated.
Underrated online was incredible. I had some good moments with some good friends. Staying
Yeah,
up.
I had a great time playing
four.
that too.
My girlfriend's platinum the game.
Oh, really?
Awesome.
That's a tough platinum.
Yeah, she. I'd helped. Admittedly,
Yeah, I don't even have that one.
I helped her
There's
with the
too much on
online.
the
We
multiplayer.
we did the online together. But no, yeah, I think she had to play through it good 3 times.
Yeah, about 3 times I think
So-
you need. I think twice if you play it on like the hardest difficulty, then do it on the one you unlock after. But yeah.
I think the hardest difficulty is a separate trophy on its own.
Yeah.
So it doesn't come
There's
with
like
the
a
trophy.
crushing plus or whatever it's called.
Yeah, so she did it on the hardest difficulty but no, yeah, she platinumed it. She got all the collectibles. My missus got platinums that people don't have platinums for.
That's impressive.
Like, no,
That is a hard platinum.
it's stupid. Like, there's, I know, the one platinum that she's really proud of is the Evil Within.
Oh
Ooh,
yeah,
tough
really?
one.
That's interesting.
And there was one. There's the difficulty is Mimi. I forgot what it's called. Some daft stupid name. And basically, it's the hardest difficulty. 1 hit, 1 kill.
Oh, it's just like an ultra hard one.
So yeah, and there was this one bit, and she must have been on it for like 5 or 6 days. I'm telling you that. And she had to go down into this basement, wait until some bloke opens some door, and she just had to keep fighting and fighting and fighting, and she just couldn't do it. And she was doing it one afternoon. She was like, I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna try and do this. I was like, yeah, whatever. We've got half an hour, 45 minutes, and she did it. And she dropped the controller. She cried. She's like, I've done. She cried. I was like, I've done it. I've actually done it.
That's how painful that difficulty
No, yeah, it
was.
was ridiculous. I'm going back to God of War. I platinum God of War, but that last bitch. I mean, witch.
Valkyrie.
Oh my god.
It was tough.
I spent
Took me a good, like,
I spent about a week and a half doing that.
oh,
beat,
really?
like,
I was gonna say like an hour.
Just like I had to like. It got to a point where I was like, I've got to watch a YouTube video, and it was talking you through its stages of how it attacks and when to block, and oh my days.
Yeah, that last Valkyrie song.
And then all of a sudden, like this Valkyrie, it did something that it's never done it in any other game. This is my perspective. It'd never done it in any other one's game except for my game. At that one time, she was like, "I'm just gonna bust out this new move."
It's a smart AI. It was learning.
But going back to Last of Us, yeah, incredible game, incredible story.
One of the best.
Probably the best with God of War. Like this is that I said until 2017, 2018, God of War. I said that was my favorite game of all time. Then God of War came out, and now it's what is my favorite game of all time.
Yeah, I think you can dock a little bit of points off God of War just because it copied a lot of The Last of Us, just with the extra character.
But
like,
that
it did a lot of the
similar
things
style.
that Last of Us
Of course,
did
yeah,
first.
they've obviously got but
Maybe
that
not necessarily copied, but you know what I mean.
No, it's
They-
a similar
yeah,
style
100%.
journey.
But the combat.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think an
people like to
underrated part of
complain.
The Last of Us is
People like to
that
complain
combat.
But it's a survival game at heart.
Yeah,
The
100%.
combat
Not
is
really.
so intense in The Last of Us that
Yes.
like, there's really not much that like feels like it. As someone that doesn't like stealth games, this one's perfect because you're like constantly moving around, and it's constantly intense. Like
And
there's
it's-
never a point where it lets up during that combat.
We speak about how God of War, their combat felt amazing. Like every hit with a Leviathan axe, you felt you felt it. But in a mythical, made up world way, if that makes sense.
Last of Us feels like real, right?
But in Last of Us, when you get hit or you hit someone with that 2x4, you feel that 2x4 on the back of your head.
That brick, man, all those bricks.
Oh my days, man.
Yeah.
And then going through the story, and then you become Ellie, and you feel alone, and it's cold, and you feel how cold it is, and then you meet this psychopath, and then you have to fight the psychopath.
Such a great moment where you don't know
Yeah,
where Joel's alive or not. You really don't
whole
know what's going
winter-
on.
Winter act was my favorite. Of you trying to get the supplies to help repair his injury, and he's basically incapacitated.
And then I think after that, shortly after, so you play as Ellie, and then you go into the Firefly. Is it the Fireflies? Isn't it? You go to see the Fireflies.
Yeah, it's the Fireflies.
And obviously, Joel comes to the realization that he doesn't really want to do this anymore. He can't live without her. And then after that, I was like, when does this game end? Like, when they don't give you, unless I'm an idiot, and I played this at 2013, so I've never played it fully again. And I remember like, so when does this game end? Like, obviously you see the giraffe, you have that moment. And then obviously the question happens, and you give it and then he gives it the answer, and then it ends. I was like, "Oh, it's over." And I don't think I've ever felt like so alone and sad in my life. Like, I want
It's
more.
like a cliffhanger, but it's not at the same
It-
time, right?
Gut wrenching. I was like, "Oh shit!"
I mean, it's a great ending because it shows a different side of a person that most games won't go and show, because Joel makes a decision. You as a player do not make a decision. Joel makes a decision selfishly because he knows
probably
that
the most selfish
he
decision
will not
ever.
be alive if Ellie wasn't there. He would be dead.
Do you guys
couldn't
view
live
Joel as a bad guy after the
as a
ending?
bad guy. No, he made a bad decision and murdered a lot of people.
Do you think Ellie
a lot of people trying to save the world, though.
Do you think Ellie knows?
Yeah.
Now.
Oh, yes.
You mean like at the start of the game?
Yeah. Do you think she'll know?
No.
Oh, the
I think
start
that
of 2?
Joel. I think Joel lied to her.
I think she knows by this point, because I think the Fireflies are going to have something to do with what's.
No, I
Maybe
think
she
that's-
finds
I think
out
that's-
like into the game, but I think the Fireflies are going to end up being the main antagonist now.
No, I think that that's a wasted opportunity to have the reveal be shown to us.
Do you?
Okay, that's interesting.
Okay. Do you think what we've seen so far is obviously going to happen, or are they playing us?
You mean the girlfriend dying?
Yeah.
Oh, the girlfriend
I think it is a
dying.
little obvious, but I think that's
Too obvious.
I think it's too obvious.
I think it's going down.
It is too obvious. I don't know.
No, why not?
I don't know. It's too on the nose.
It seems like a lot at this point without us knowing the girlfriend that like she's gonna be the main one to die, and that revenge will be the main thing moving forward in the game.
But I don't think that's like. I think that's like half. I'm gonna guess that's like halfway through the game.
Probably.
I don't think.
Who
I don't
knows
think.
with
I
Naughty
think her
Dog?
final
Like,
go at is the last half. I think they're gonna let you soak in this
Ellie's life.
this community.
Do you
Yeah.
think-
Right.
I reckon you'll play the first 3 hours without Joel.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's not what I was thinking at all. To be honest,
Really?
I'm thinking
think,
the
like-
opening is Joel by himself doing
Oh, you
stuff.
play as
They're
Joel?
separate. Yeah.
I reckon
I'm thinking
the
you'll
opening is
You'll
just
swap
Joel.
100%.
Yes. And then you'll play like an opening with Joel, let him do his thing. Maybe you start revealing some things about the game, and then you swap to Ellie in the community and kind of building a relationship. And then about halfway through, maybe even a third of the way through, that's when the girlfriend dies.
That's interesting. See, I think you play as in the beginning part, or if you're going to be swapping with anyone, I think it'll be Ellie's mom. Do you remember those other trailers we've gotten where they showed
Do you think that's the mother?
older lady that? Yeah, it kind of seems. I remember when that original trailer came out with that person, everyone was just saying, "Oh, that's clearly the mom." And they like did a little tweet where like they like didn't say her name, but everyone knew it was like 4 spaces long, and her mom's name is Anna. I can't remember fully. Yeah, but I think maybe in the beginning they'll do a type of thing where we get Ellie's mom, like some type of backstory with that, or how she died, maybe. And maybe that could even lead into why Ellie wants revenge for whatever reason. But yeah, who knows? There's a lot of ways they could go with it.
Speculation, and we've only got 3
What?
months. Bloody hell, 3 months.
Yeah,
3
not
months.
too long.
I can't
Not
wait.
far now.
Right at the end of May. I'm glad that they've delayed Avengers.
Yeah, me too. Oh yeah, that was gonna be bad.
No. I mean, I'm just glad that I don't have to worry about playing Avengers and Last of Us. I think Avengers. looks
Yeah,
alright.
that's what I mean. Yeah, not the game. Yeah.
I've played Avengers, and it's not that bad.
Oh really?
It's not
Oh,
that
really?
bad. Yeah, there was they had a demo booth at a, let's say, E3 Lite over here. We only get 1 or 2 over here. We get something called Insomnia. I've never been to an Insomnia. And then we get an EGX every year. And I didn't know that Avengers was playable, so we normally go to normally it's in Birmingham, and Birmingham's like it's like half an hour up the road. So normally it's just we'll go one day, we'll just go drive up, drive back. And this year is in London. I was like, for fuck's sake. So we had to book a hotel and stay over there. And we got there the day before because we were gonna go to the Pokemon Center. You ever heard of the Pokemon Centers?
No.
In the Pokemon games, I have.
Yeah, so basically it's like a shop that sells Pokemon merch, and there's one. I think there's a couple in America. I could be wrong. There's definitely loads in Japan.
I could see that. It's a Japanese thing.
There was
It's
one
an actual veterinarian in Japan.
So there's one in London, and it was like a pop-up once. It was only open for like 2 months, not even that, a month I think. And me and the missus like, we'll go down on a Friday, go to the Pokemon Center, and then on the day after we'll go to EGX. And I was oblivious to what was at EGX because it was quite a light year anyway. Last year, wasn't it? Yeah, it was.
Yeah, very much.
So I was like, I don't know what there is to play, but I'm interested because I like games anyway. So we tried to get to the Pokemon Center. Cut long story short, Pokemon Center, you could not get in. There was an 8 to 10 hour wait to get into this Pokemon shop to buy a cuddly toy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's incredible. So anyway, went for a few drinks at night. I met some kind of funny people, and they were like, "Avengers is there," and I was like, "No, he's not." And I'm hyped as fuck for that game. Like as daft as not as great as it looks. I remember being up at 3 a.m. because that's when it was shown. The Square Enix conference.
Who did you play as?
You play the
All of them?
first. You play the first. The bit that everyone's seen. So you start
So
off
you went
as
through like who was it? Thor.
You start as Iron Man.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm wrong. You start as Thor, don't you? Iron Man, Hulk, Captain America, Black Widow.
I don't think I've seen Captain America gameplay.
Yeah, he's on the ship, and they all
okay.
play really
He's
well.
on, like, the helicopter.
The worst character, for me, would have been with Tony Stark, but like you said, they've delayed it. They've obviously delayed it because of it doesn't. I wouldn't say it doesn't look great, but I don't think they know what the game is yet as well. I think they know what the story is, but they want to make it a games as a service, and I don't think they know what it is.
That's
what scares me about that.
That's the wrong idea.
But as bad as it looks,
money-wise, it might be the right idea.
I don't think so.
I'm hyped as fuck for that game. I cannot wait. And I wasn't surprised in the delay. I was gutted, but I'm glad that I get to play Last of Us.
I was actually happy because I think it'd be better for the game.
Yeah, of course, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, it'll make it a better game for sure.
So Sims, what is your number 3?
What is my number 3? What is my number 3?
What is it?
You guys have nothing to really say about this. Really, mine are the wrestling games, like all of them.
Oh, okay.
So-
The
What?
2K one
So
specifically?
you're cheating again.
No,
You're
I'm not
cheating
cheating.
again.
Just as a friend.
No,
With every wrestling
that's
game ever.
fair.
Okay. WWE/F.
I played one on the PS1 I could talk about if you want to get into that one.
I'm gonna say Here Comes the Pain. That was probably the peak of its existence.
Which year is
Okay.
that?
I don't know. Without googling it, I was
What console?
PS2.
PS2, okay.
But I remember I was a massive wrestling fan. It was the best game. It had the best roster. And I'm trying to find the date. Sorry, 2003.
Okay.
So
I played a wrestling
older
game.
one.
in the original.
I'm gonna take you on a little journey. So, little Steve, he's just come out. He just finished school. Like school's ended. It's a
What grade
Friday.
are you in at this point? Or how old are you?
Year 7. So I would have been. I don't know. 10, 11 maybe.
11, okay.
So little Steve, he's left school, and I lived in a very. I went to school at a very multicultural school. So I was walking with his lad. I'll never forget his name. His name was Voldemort.
Like his legit name was
His name was
Voldemort?
Voldemort, yeah.
Like the bad guy in Harry
Like the
Potter?
bad guy in Harry Potter, yes.
What a great name.
Are his parents just like very cruel people?
I think it's just a name in his country. I don't know where he was
No,
from.
they're his parents.
Oh,
His parents
that's
are
a
Slytherin.
name?
They're Slytherin.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So anyway, we walk into the town, and I walk past, because back in the day, the internet, I didn't have the internet, and all I had was a magazine called Games Master. It came out every month, cost £2 to £3.50, and it said the date would have been a mid-November game, and the date would have been a Tuesday, because American used to get the games on a Tuesday, and English would have got the games on a Friday. There was no
Is it
worldwide.
backwards now?
There was no worldwide releases. And for some daft reason, I don't know how I got it wrong, due to the magazine, I walked past this game shop and the game was out. And I walked into this game shop and I knew I was getting the game next week, next Tuesday, or whatever. And I was like, excuse me, mister, is this game out? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, oh my God. And I had the money, but my mum had the money. But A, I didn't have the money on me. And B, it was like a 15 game. I don't know, PG-13, or I don't know, 12, Peggy 12 or something. We've got different
You don't have
things.
teen ratings over there?
Yeah, it was like 12
yeah.
for teen or whatever, daft.
Okay, yeah.
And I went to mum, was like, Mum, wrestling's out. We need to go and get it right now. She's like, I'm busy. I've got things to do. My mum worked for my grandma, if that makes sense. She used to look after her and get paid for it.
Yeah.
And I was like, Mum, we got to go. She's like, look, we can't. I've got things to do. I've got to make dinner. I've got to feed the animals. I've got to look after your grandma. And I just, for a good hour, I was like, Mum, please, just please. I need it now. I need it, please, Mum, please, crying. Little Steve's crying at this point. I'm like, Mum, please, I need it now.
I need my wrestling game.
And my grandma just stands up and goes, right, get your coat. And my grandma, bless her, disabled as she was, she had an electric wheelchair. She goes, I'll take you. I was like, oh, thank you, Grandma, thank you. My grandma just gets in, she's got an electric wheelchair. She's got a golf ball as like as a stick. Like that was, I don't know if that's an American thing or not, but it was like a proper English thing. Like
I understand.
They could put golf balls on the joystick. So we got on the bus, got to town. We bought Here Comes the Pain. Then we get back on the bus. Little Steve's there. What's the first thing you do when you get a PlayStation 2 game and you're on the bus and you're a kid? You open it, you get the instruction book, and you read it. Smell the disc as well. You got to smell the game. Anyway, so we're on the bus, and all of a sudden there's this big nasty turn on the bus journey. And as I'm reading, all of a sudden we go around this corner. My grandma's wheelchair just slides across the bus. Just slides across the bus. I'll never forget it. But no, the length I've gone. Me and my girlfriend, we've gone through some lengths to get this game. But it had the best. It had the best roster. It had Goldberg, it had Brock Lesnar, it had Hollywood Hulk Hogan, it had The Rock, it had Stone Cold. It was just a good game, and I had all of them. Really, I've had them all on PSP. I used to correct me on wrestlers. I used to go on websites to get basically it would just give you digits on each attribute. So like nose would be 54, ears would be 52, and if you wanted to create this certain wrestler that wasn't in the game, it'd look exactly like it. And then I used to have the PSP. PSP was like 2000 SmackDown vs. Raw 2007, so you could transfer your save. So I'd play it at home, and then me and my mum would go out, so I'd have the PSP, and we'd be playing it out there. I'm just a massive wrestling dork. Like, I've got wrestling belts on my wall, like toy wrestling belts. Like, not real ones, because they're like £500 each. Yeah. So, I don't know, it's always stuck with me, but the wrestling games, even to this day, I own every wrestling game. Every wrestling game that's out on a PlayStation. I'm looking at getting the N64 versions and the SNES versions. But every WWF THQ Ukes game I have, including.
Wait, where does Voldemort come in this story?
Oh no, I just like his name. I always remember Voldemort being there because his name was Voldemort. Like, and I was like, seriously,
fucking Voldemort just popping up.
My name is. He had an accent. I won't do the accent, but he was like, my name is Voldemort. I was like, what?
I like to think he doesn't have a nose either.
No.
Oh my god.
But no, yeah. We haven't got much to say about it. For me, my favorite games, like even 2K20, it's a massive steaming pile of dog shit.
Oh, that's what's supposed to be broken, right?
It's so bad.
The game looks awful.
Yeah, the 2K19 character models are incredible.
They all look so bad. It looks fun.
But then these ones, I tried to play it. I've got it. I got. So I was gonna buy it the day it came out because I wanted to do some streaming. I wanted to do some video editing. I wanted to make a series out of it. Like I had some proper good, like, in my head. There's I've got loads of good stuff planned. It's just putting it into practice. And my girlfriend was like, she wanted a Switch, and I was like, well, we can't afford both. I was like, I'll just get the wrestling game for Christmas, and I'll get you the Switch because she wanted to play Pokemon. And then it got to Christmas. I was like, you bought me the wrestling game, haven't you? She goes, no, why would I buy you the wrestling game? It got given a 4 out of 10 on IGN. I've heard nothing but bad things about it. And I was like, but I want it. Like, I need it. Like, I've got the collection. She said, but yeah, but it's shit. And I was like, okay, but it's only £20 now anyway. It got reduced like every week up to Christmas. It went from £30 to £25 to £20, and now I think you can get it for about £16.
Yeah, they just wanted to get in anybody's hands that that wanted to
Just
play that
giving
game.
out those WWE 2K copies.
No, but no, it's
Yeah.
absolute trash. But I love them, and that's just me. That's just a me thing, I guess.
Right. Nostalgia and
So,
everything.
what is your number 2?
That's the thing. I don't know. I'm gonna go. It's currently. I'm gonna go for. Oop.
Superman 64.
Yeah, no, yeah, a little bit. Spider-Man PS4.
The newest one, Marvel Spider-Man?
Yeah,
Nice.
2018?
yeah.
Wait.
This game. Again, it goes back to me being an emotional wreck. I'm a man. I'm supposed to be like manly.
You're a man with emotions.
I'm just a mess. I'm just
No,
a mess.
we all have emotions.
So I remember when the game got unveiled on the PS4 of, I think it was 2016 or 2015 of Dreams. Was it 2016 or 15? 16.
It started with 6.
When
The
they just
reveal?
well, yeah,
No,
when
it
it
started
just,
with
16.
15. 16 was 2.
when it was
Yeah,
just
16,
trailer after trailer after
Sony
trailer
had like
after
that
trailer.
amazing E3. Yeah.
So I remember when I saw it, I was like, "This is the greatest thing." Once upon a time, my dad liked Spider-Man, and me looking up to my dad, I was like, "He likes Spider-Man, so I must like Spider-Man." And it's just kind of
Yeah.
stuck. It's kind of just stuck, really. And then I played this. You played the Spider-Man games. They're all trash. Spider-Man 1 on the PlayStation was brilliant. To
Ooh,
be fair.
Spider-Man 2 on PS2 though?
Enter Electro, they were good. They were good
never played
games
any of them.
for the time. Spider-Man 1 the movie. I remember renting that about nine times.
Yeah, I had that on
Wow.
PS1.
My dad taught me a trick of. My dad was like, "Do you want to rent this game again?" Because my dad rented it. My dad was very rare. My dad and my mum don't live together, so I went to go visit my dad. My dad was like, "Well, you can rent a game if you want." And my dad never bought me anything. He didn't he didn't spend any money on me. He just I don't know. He didn't have it. Whatever. And he was
Yeah.
like, "I want to go. Do you want to go rent this game?" And we used to have a Blockbuster. Did you have a Blockbuster in America?
Yeah,
We
of course.
did, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Right.
I mean, I think it's an American company.
So yeah, well you screwed us over because we haven't got one anymore.
Yeah.
So we went to Blockbuster,
Fucking
and
Netflix.
I remember renting Spider-Man 1, and it was like £3.50 for 3 days or something daft. So I had it for 3 days, played it at my dad's over and over and over and over. My dad was like, "Do you want to rent this game again?" And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "My dad's going to spend some more money on me." My dad got there, he's like, "Listen," he went to the woman, he goes, "This game didn't work." And I was like, "Dad, no." And he was like, "Son, shh."
It didn't work.
So they got me another copy for another 3 days. I was like, "Yo!"
That's funny.
Did you do it again the next week?
No, I think he paid for it the next time. I had it so many times. But no, Spider-Man 1. I actually own the game. Me and the missus went for a bit of a retro phase a couple of summers back. And we just bought a load of PlayStation 2 games. So many. Loads of PlayStation 1 games. So yeah, PlayStation, and then Spider-Man 2 was incredible. But no, when this got revealed, my screensaver is the Spider-Man logo
That's all.
on my screen. The red
I
is
love
amazing.
the costume.
And the red is perfect red. And I just remember being so excited for it. Every little bit of trailer I'd drink in. Any bit of anything I would drink in. And then I remember wake up one morning, about 4 or 5 months before the release, and the console had been announced at Comic-Con. And I was like, I just woke my missus up. I was like, "Nat." She was like, "What? What do you want?" I was like, "I need this console." She said, "We've already got one." I said, "Listen to me.
But that one's beautiful.
This one."
It's gorgeous.
Anyway, by the end of the day, we'd had it pre-ordered.
Nice.
So, yeah. So then the day it was released, I remember I was that stupidly sad about it. The day before it was released, I remember looking at the clock all day. And I knew that I wouldn't be getting it at midnight. I was working nights currently at the time. I just started my new job. I was a manager. It was like the peak of my life. That all went south, but that's a different story.
Too early to call in sick.
That goes back to the Red Dead Redemption story. But no, so I remember looking because I was working at night, so I remember the clock at being. I was at work, so I started work at 7 at night, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It got to 11:30. I was like, Spider-Man comes out in a half an hour. I've been waiting for the 7th of September, 2017.
16?
7.
17?
I think 16.
No, it was definitely not
Same.
16. It was 17.
You sure?
No, 2018. I think it.
When it came out?
Yeah.
It came out in. It
Oh,
came
it
out.
came
in,
out 2018, yeah.
I was thinking when it was revealed. I think 16.
Yeah, it was 18, wasn't it? 19. Because
Yeah.
Because we're in a new year, I'm a bit confused. Yeah. So I remember looking at the clock at 12 o'clock at 0:00, and I took a screenshot of my phone. I don't even know why. I've still got the screenshot of the day it came out. So I went home, got home for about 4 o'clock in the morning after work, and I was like, I'm gonna go early and just wait for the postman. And I woke up, and Mrs. is waiting. She's there. She's like, "You alright? Are you getting up?" I was like, "Yeah, in a minute. I'll get up in a minute." She goes, "Your game's here." I was like, and I thought she was full of shit. I was like, "No, it's not. I've not heard the door." And I had visions of me like, talking to the postman, being smiley, what I'm gonna say, recording it. I probably would have recorded the moment it came to the door, knowing me. And she goes, "The game's here." I was like, "No, it ain't." So me and the missus, we're just having this boring, like pointless, everyday bullshit conversation. How's your day been? And I got a week off as well at this point. I broke up for work for a week.
Awesome.
So she was like, "Yeah, it's here." So anyway, about half hour, 45 minutes, and me lying in bed because I can't bother to get out of bed. She's like, "You gonna go and get this game? You gonna go and look at your game or what?" I was like, "It's really here?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Fuck off. I've been wasting my life talking to you." No, I didn't say that. But no, I was like, I went downstairs and the box is there. It's a brown box. And then I opened it ever so slowly. I took one thing out, took a picture. Took another thing out, took a picture. Oh my God. I've still got the box at the top of my stairs in a cabinet.
I like that you're just cherishing this moment.
You don't understand how happy I was at this moment in my life. It's my baby. It's red. It's beautiful. It's glistening. No one's allowed to dust it. I dust the console because if anyone scratches it, I will fuck someone up.
Keep it in a glass case.
But the game was incredible. Don't get me wrong, it got repetitive in the end. The combat was good, fast, fluid, amazing. Everything that Spider-Man game should be.
The swinging.
Yeah. The swinging was perfect.
Much in the way that God of War has the axe throw, Spider-Man has the swing.
Exactly.
It just feels perfect.
Yeah.
Like it's just one of those perfect things in a video game.
You get the momentum.
But I remember setting it up. I didn't even start it. I think I wanted something to make the moment better. And I wanted the experience, a bit more of the experience. So we went out and bought lights, like LED lights.
Uh-huh.
So we went out and bought LED lights for the back of the telly. Because we'd recently bought a 4K telly as well. And I had LED lights at the back of the telly and I turned them red.
Oh, that's how you
I know it's stupid, isn't it? It's so stupid. Like when I say it out loud, I'm like, "You fucking idiot!" And but no, yeah, like incredible. And then I remember playing it for the whole week, as much as I could because I got the kids. And then the game, and when I finished the game, I remember just crying. Obviously, it's a sad ending anyway, but I remember crying. And I was like, "Why am I crying? Am I crying because this has just happened?" And I was like, and it hit me. I was like, "I'm crying because I've just finished it, and I've been waiting for this game for 3 to 4 years, and I've just finished it."
I don't know about you guys, but I platinumed that game in like 3 days.
I platinumed
it.
It took me
my
longer than a
only
week.
platinum game.
Oh, so we all have
only
the platinum on this one.
It took me longer than
my only platinum.
It took me longer than a week, but
I did it.
I think I had like a 3-day
8 days,
weekend, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna do nothing but play this, and I did.
Yeah, I think I beat the game and platinumed it in like days of just like playing every night, just a little bit every night.
Did you get
Such
it?
a great Spider-Man story too. I did.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite Spider-Man stories.
Yeah, I would say it's almost my favorite, just because it is a video game. Maybe I'm just biased because it is a video game. I do love Spider-Man just in general too.
I mean, I like seeing a younger Peter,
Yeah, like I would have liked like
Preferably.
a high school Peter for the beginning of it. You know what I mean? If we're gonna
Yeah.
start like this whole series,
Like a Tom Holland.
but other than that, he was like the same age as me, which I really like. Well, I think he was like a year older, 23. I think I was like 22 at the time.
Yeah,
I platinumed it in 2 weeks and 6 days.
nice.
But that's
Such a fun platinum. Insomniac makes great trophy lists.
Yeah, it was pretty easy platinum actually.
a lot of people have the platinum.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's
surprisingly.
like one of the most platinum games, or if not the most.
So everybody's next number 2.
Daniel?
Okay, so my number 2 is Pokemon Emerald.
Ooh,
Wow.
Yeah.
which one is this exactly? I've
This
played very
is
few
the
Pokemon.
third game.
Ruby's.
It's the
Ruby-
third
yeah.
generation. Ruby Sapphire.
that
and
DS
this is the
then?
third. No. This was Advance.
Advanced.
Game Boy Man? Oh,
Yeah.
okay, gotcha.
Why am
Yeah, this is the one after. Because that was the one I played. Honestly, I played the original, and I played.
That was your first one? Oh, you played
No.
the original
I played
first,
the
okay.
original. I played. I forget which. I think I played Silver, and then I completely missed that generation. I was playing other games, and somebody in my school was playing. I'm like, oh, that's the new one, and they were playing Emerald, so that was the one I got. And I did nothing but play that game in school. I'd come home,
Nice.
I'd play my Xbox, I'd go to school. Any time that I could play, I would pull out my Advanced SP and play Pokemon.
that
I had
SP was sexy.
I've had to have had like thousands of hours, like multiple thousands, because it was just me in school. As much as I was in school, I was playing.
Did you get all the unknowns, Reggies and stuff?
I got all the Reggies. I don't think I got that. All the unknowns. I didn't get all the Pokemon in general. I was more into the battling aspect.
Was this the
I
one
had
with
other-
like the blue dog as the legendary? I can
No,
like
that was
vaguely remember
Crystal.
You
this.
talking about
No?
the legendary dogs?
Yeah.
That's silver and silver
No.
and gold.
Oh, okay. Bravo.
This one had had Groudon, which was like this like red dinosaur T-Rex thing. Had Kyogre, which is like a huge manatee or something. Not manatee, praying mantis. Not praying mantis. What am I trying to say? I don't even know. It's a big water thing. And
the
then
praying mantis Pokemon.
yeah. And then it had a Rayquaza, which was the one for Emerald. It was like this giant like Shinron looking dragon thing. But yeah, I played so much Emerald. It's part of my childhood. So it just means a lot to me.
So that's just like your Pokemon.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
don't
like
think
everyone
that would
has
be-
like their particular generation of Pokemon.
Yeah, probably third generation for me. If I were to say what is the best Pokemon game, it probably wouldn't be Emerald. I'd probably say Soul Silver and Heart Gold.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it is 2 games in one.
Yeah,
So
like the ending.
I think that is
like,
probably
the second half of the game is a bit rushed, but you still get that same kind of experience.
yeah.
Does
pretty
that
much.
have the first and second game in it?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, in a way, yeah.
Okay.
You
Yeah, I
basically
played the
play
first
all of
gen, the second gen, and
You
then I
have
played
16.
Sword.
You have 16 badges, and it just
Yeah, you play like say I played the Silver, Soul Silver. You play all of that Silver, and then you get to go back to the first area from the first gen and do all like the badges and stuff. Yeah, but that's probably the best book. Connor? What is your number 2?
Okay, so my number 2 is. Let me look at my list. Oh, Fallout 3.
Fallout.
Pretty easy one.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. Everyone likes New Vegas for it. I don't know why. I don't know when that changed because I remember everyone liking Fallout 3 more at the
I
time.
agree. I know it used to be 3.
It used to be 3. Right around the time New Vegas came out, everyone was like, "Nope, Fallout
would
3
say
is way better."
One of my really good friends, his favorite is New Vegas, and it always has been.
I
But
remember getting New Vegas at midnight launch and never played it. And then
New Vegas just feels like 3 DLC to me. I never understood. And the map is very empty in New Vegas.
I tried
It
playing
was a
it.
broken.
I tried playing New Vegas on the 16th of June 2018. I got my PSN trophy, PSN profile up right now, and
It's gotta feel old by then, right?
I tried to play it. I remember I was like, I've got a dead summer. I don't know. I'll try it, and I thought I'll platinum it, and I never. I didn't want to play Fallout 3 again, and that was it. Like,
Yeah.
but
So Connor, what
Oh, so we're all
what
in
is so
agreement
good
here,
about
Fallout
Fallout
3
3
for
for you?
So for me, I lived in Pennsylvania at the time, and we had just taken a field trip to Washington D.C. A little bit before this game came out. Probably when did that game come out? October. So we must have went in like September. It was the most weird thing that happened to me because of I was never like interested in the DC area before that. But anyways, Fallout, I think it has like my favorite like style / like setting for a video game series. I just love like the dark sense of humor it has with everything. I love the characters. I love like Pip-Boy, the Vault Tech, all that. And then with this one, it was just so cool for me at the time to go around and see like all these monuments that I just saw all destroyed and shit. I don't know why I found that so cool as a kid, but I did. I'm very young in this. I'm probably like 12-ish, right around there.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and I got the special edition, which was awesome. It was only like $80 too. It was only $20 more, and you got the lunchbox that you can see in Fallout 3. I think it's in the other ones too. Yeah, and you got the bobblehead. I still have the bobblehead, but
That's
yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened to that lunchbox. But the story overall in 3, I really like. I know the main story gets shit on a little bit. I don't know why, but I think that one.
That's most Bethesda games, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, there's a level of jank to all Bethesda games that you just like kind of have to accept. Right. Yeah.
To me, it's always a side quest for Bethesda.
I think they're running out of charm.
Yeah, it's always totally worked for me. Yeah, I know what you mean a little bit.
A lot of people are getting a bit impatient with it now.
Yeah, because like I don't actually believe they made Fallout 76 because they just bought out that other team that made that Battleborn game, I believe, like recently, before Fallout 76 came out. So, like, I don't actually. Maybe not Battleborn. What the fuck's it called? It was something like Battleborn. That they bought the development team, the people that made that.
They straight up just fucked up with 76. It never sounded. It never sounded.
I just don't count that
good.
as like proper Bethesda Game Studios.
It never sounded like a good idea.
It definitely didn't feel like it.
If you went back and told like 12-year-old me like, oh, there'll be a Fallout game that you can run around with your friends with, and go fucking get side quests and just do that. But like when you play 76, it's not that. It's just not what you think it is.
Right.
But no, back to 3. I love the way the game ends with the extra Broken Steel DLC. You like have to play it with that, otherwise the ending kind of sucks. It just kind of ends.
I did play it.
But the DLC for that game is like some of my. Yeah, it really opens up the ending a lot more, makes it a lot better. And then the DLC in that game in general is like some of my favorite DLC. There's like this cool alien one where you go on a UFO. It's actually one of the worst ones, but yeah, that one's really cool. There's one where they like put you in like a simulation of before the bombs dropped. You're like fighting the Chinese, I believe.
That's cool.
Also in Fallout 3, it has one of my favorite things is the I don't know what they call them exactly, the special weapons, legendary weapons, whatever you want to call them. And they all kind of do something unique. Like there's this pistol that like shoots fire, and like they're like really hard to find, and they'll all be like really well guarded. Or like a samurai sword, you can like find that. I just always love shit like that in games. Fallout 3 is one of those games for me that like made me the gamer I am, like why I play all these games.
That's awesome.
I remember playing it because my friend was playing it, and I remember getting it and loving it. I just put so many hours into it. I played it on the Xbox.
How do you feel about like it being like do you get everything, like it being set in America, like with all the monuments and stuff?
I know there's, how can I put it? I know they mean something to someone, do you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And like I do like the American culture, but yeah, I know what you mean.
I mean, there's just so many games set in America. There's too many games set in America.
Too many, yeah.
But I never played Fallout 3
Really?
or New Vegas. Yeah.
Yeah, if they ever, I can't recommend it now because like it's just gonna play like shit if you go back and try to play it without ever playing it.
Did you play
But
4?
if they ever, yeah, that's a good question.
Did you play Fallout 4?
Me, I tried, and I did not have fun. My friend Sloan really likes it, but
do you like Bethesda games just in general? Like
I do. I love
Skyrim. Ever doing it? Oh, okay. I'm also a huge Skyrim fan. I was a huge. They used to be like my favorite studio. Them and BioWare, man, they really just fallen off this whole generation.
In
yeah,
Fallout 4
both of them.
is probably one of my favorite games. I did enjoy.
Yeah, I
4.
love Fallout.
A lot of people say
well.
it's like 4, just like 3.0, 3.5 or whatever. I loved it.
That's how I feel about New Vegas.
I platinum Fallout 4 in a week.
Yeah, I've also platinum Fallout 4. Oh man, that happiness one, man. I'll fucking tell you, I've never been more frustrated with a platinum.
What's that one? What does it do?
You had to build a settlement, right? In Fallout 4, they have like this mechanic where you can like build different settlements.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Right.
Yeah, you can build out like a whole little town.
What was it called?
But anyways,
the trophy, do we know?
I can't remember the exact name, but you had to get your community to like 100% happy.
Benevolent leader. Reach maximum happiness in a large
it was just
settlement.
Random. You could get it to like 98% easy, and then it was like that last 2% was really just random. Like you had to like just put up paintings that would make like random people happy, or like plants or whatever, and like just hope it worked.
Only
I remember it took me so long.
Only 2.5% of people have that trophy.
Yeah, normally I'll give up on a trophy like that, but it was the last one I needed, and I was just like, oh, gotta fucking do it.
Might as well.
But
so what is your number one?
Number one song? Oh, my number one. Okay, my number one game is Kingdom Hearts, the first one.
Woohoo!
Yeah, I know everyone likes Kingdom Hearts 2 the most, but for me, 1, that's like truly not my first game I ever played, but I'm like 7 at the time. That's the first game I like beat, did everything, got all the collectibles. That was like my fucking game. Yeah, like I can go back right now and tell you where all the chests are, where all these little secrets are, how to get past this boss, whatever. Yeah, it's Kingdom Hearts 1 is like my fucking game.
Like Disney. It's Disney mixed with Final Fantasy and
right.
their own stuff.
And that's the thing. Growing up, I was just like, I would just pop in Disney movies on my VHS. Constantly. Yeah, we didn't have cable for the longest time. So I was just constantly watching Disney movies.
Yeah, Disney's my childhood too.
Yeah, and I remember I'm watching Disney Channel at my aunt's house, and I see this game, and I'm just like, what is that? And I see this fucking weird guy with spiky hair swinging at fucking demons with a key.
Swinging a fucking key around.
He's just swinging a fucking key around. A million pockets.
Funny.
I don't know why. Giant feet. It's weird. But for some reason, and then you see the Disney stuff. So that must have been what caught my eye initially. But for some reason, I just fell in love with that game. And it's one of those that, like, it was the only game I played for probably like 6 months. And it took me that long. Like, when you're 7, I don't think I'm that good at games. Maybe kids are better now. But I definitely wasn't at the time. And it took me so long to get past certain bosses. You would hit a boss, and I would just be on it for like. And then when I finally beat this game, I remember my hands were shaking, and I'm like a 7-year-old, and my mom walks in. She's like, "What's wrong?" She thought I was like about to have a seizure or something. I was like, my hands were literally shaking. It took me so long to find a. But yeah, I love the story of that game too. It has this weird, like, mystery to it where you don't really know what's going on for like majority of the game, and you're just like seeing these Disney characters. And at the end, it just becomes like a story, just pretty much just about friendship. Like, meant a lot to me at the time.
Right.
Unfortunately,
especially
I've tried. I don't even think I've tried it. Me and the missus tried. I think she loves them. I think she's played them all.
I played a very little bit.
We own all 3 of them. I think we own 2 on PS2. We got the remakes on them on PS4. I bought Kingdom Hearts 3 for her birthday last year. She's just never played them. But I can see the appeal.
I have such nostalgia Disney, for them. Where like I'm like blinded by Kingdom Hearts.
And it looks
like
looks
everything
incredible.
They put out will be like a 10. Yeah. Oh, especially
Yeah.
when you see like 3 now, it just looks crazy. Like you don't really know what's going on if you just watch gameplay of that, but it looks amazing. And the gameplay does get very repetitive in the Kingdom Hearts series, just overall. I know that, but like the nostalgia just blinds me with Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, of course, 100%. It does, doesn't it?
Right.
If you love a game so much, you don't see it. Well, you do, but you ignore its flaws.
Right, exactly. Like series in general. If you just like love a series so much, you're gonna love like everything they put out. And that's just how I am with Kingdom.
Yeah, when a game hits you, it hits you.
100%,
Right.
100%.
But Daniel, what's your number one?
Yeah, my number one is Halo 2. Oh boy, this game. Let me tell you, boys. Okay, the game came out. So this I'm gonna throw in my history. This is like a Daniel history lesson mixed in.
Get into it.
Halo is the reason why I am gaming in the first place. Halo 1. I saw Halo 1, and I needed that. This was my first console. Nobody in my family ever gamed. I was the first gamer in my family, even as young as I was. But I saw Halo.
What did your family do?
Nothing. They were all on my dad's side. They all played.
Staring at the walls.
No, they went to movies and whatever, but they all were into sports and stuff. My mom didn't really. I saw a commercial for Halo 1, and I needed that game. I did not know that games could be that. It changed my perspective on what a game could be. I always thought that games were, Nintendo. They were pixelated and cartoonish, but Halo wasn't. And for Christmas I got Halo, and I played nothing but Halo and demo discs.
This is the first Halo?
The first Halo, yeah.
Okay.
So for 3 years I played nothing but demo discs. I played Kung Fu Chaos, if anybody knows that game, and Halo. Kung Fu Chaos.
That's all you need, man.
Yeah, and
100%.
demo discs. I played a bunch. And so when Halo 2 came out, I've never been more excited for a game. It's the sequel to my favorite game ever. So I got it for Christmas, and I played Halo 2 nonstop. I played no other game for 3 years, other than Pokemon Emerald. But that was in school. When I came home, I wasn't playing Emerald. I was playing Halo. So for 3 years, I played nothing but Halo. Halo 2. Online. Xbox Live. And that was my life. From 2004 to 2007. And then Halo 3 came out.
Oh, and then you just switched to Halo 3.
Yeah, that was a 360.
What was it better though?
Halo 3?
Yeah.
Well, probably overall, yeah. I'd say a better story. The Halo 3, I'll get nitty gritty. Halo 3 introduced a few things in the multiplayer that I think kind of changed how the game would play. So in Halo 2, you never traded. So when you trade is basically you both melee each other and kill each other at the same time. Halo 2 didn't have that. It would be whoever meleeed and killed the person first won. But in Halo 3, if you both hit it kind of at the same time, you both just be dead. And that was very annoying. But
Halo 2 had a great dual wield too, right?
Yeah, they both had dual wielding. But Halo 2...
Oh, would 3 have dual wielding?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Halo 2 first introduced the dual wielding though, because that's the cover is Chief on the hill with the 2 SMGs.
With the 2 SMGs, right? A badass cover.
Oh, dude, it's awesome.
That's one thing they did well was covers, as well as some other things. But I was never.
Halo.
That sounds like another one. I was never really. I tried so hard. I played 1. I think I played 2. I definitely played 3. I remember getting excited for Reach. I think I played ODST because it was co-op with a friend.
Yeah. They all have.
But after I finished it, I was like, I still don't. Maybe because I'm not a first-person shooter person. I was like, it's good, but I don't get
like
the hype.
There's no like inside the
yeah, that's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
a
a
hard
great
legendary mission.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I
beat all 3 on Legendary. And
yeah, I've done
that
that as
might
well.
be the hardest thing out of
I
the 3.
believe Halo 1 through Reach, I have like all the achievements on.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome. I had it for 3 until they added like extra ones
Yeah, they added all that
at
damn
some
DLC.
point. Yeah, but I did have all the achievements before that.
Such great co-op games too.
Oh, the best.
Halo, yeah, the most fun I've
game.
had, like, yeah, on split screen couch co-op. That's the most fun I've had with that.
Yeah, snipers only
Right.
or battle rifle, either one.
Such great weapons in Halo. Sword.
The energy sword. Come on.
Oh my god, the
The
hammer.
rockets. Oh, the gravity hammer.
Yeah, gravity hammer. It's so fucking good. Some of the best weapons.
I mean, even the needler. It's just a cool looking weapon.
Yeah, it makes it.
It's just a cool design.
The pistol.
So, Sim, what is your number?
Pistol.
Well, that's the Halo 1 pistol. Halo 1 pistol. Greatest weapon of all time. And
Like
3-shot.
They're not my game.
That thing was pretty much a fucking sniper.
It was a sniper, handheld sniper. It was great.
They're not my games, but I love and respect them because they're a massive deal.
Yeah.
Games as a whole.
Yes, they are. Definitely.
Changed first-person shooters.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but if it wasn't for Bungie, who knows where first-person shooters would be right now?
We wouldn't have a
Right,
COD.
or multiplayer in general, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
I mean, Halo 2's lobby system, revolutionary. Halo
It's still better than some games today.
Of course. And even its rank system. Like Halo 2, basically you played, and when you would win, you would go up, and it would take however many wins to get even. It'd take more the higher you go. But if you were to lose a game, you're going down. That's it. That's your rank. There's no, like, you can probably, people cheated, obviously, to get high ranks. You had to win to keep your rank. That's it. Like, that's perfect. It's not about how long, like, you can play. Like, if you just win 10 games in a row, like, you're just going to go up. That's only 10 games you played, you know?
Right.
It's not about you played 10 hours.
It was simple,
and
right?
just grinded, right? It's a little different. So, Sims, what is your number 1?
My number 1 is The Witcher 3.
Oh, yeah, that's my number 6.
Man, we have some great lists, I gotta say.
This game came out in 2015.
Yeah.
May 2015, yeah.
And I think if memory recalls it, we only had the one PlayStation. We only had one PlayStation 4 at the time. And me and the Miss were arguing because she got the PlayStation and I got the Xbox because I was the Xbox man and she was a PlayStation girl. And then the Xbox One came out and she had the PS4. And I always remember I got my Xbox, she got a PlayStation. And I always remember, like, I only play FIFA on the Xbox. And I just remember looking at the PlayStation like, the PlayStation is so much better. But I'm not going to tell her. I'm not going to tell her. So then, you know, it all came out. I didn't like the Xbox as much as I should have. And then The Witcher came out. And I was like, I really want to play The Witcher. So once she was like, we need to go to the shop to pick a parcel up. Because I've ordered something for the kids. And we need to go and get it. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. So we went to the shop. Carried this parcel all the way home. It's only like a 10-minute walk. And it's a heavy parcel though. And I took it upstairs. She was like, what have you done with that parcel? And I was like, I just put it in the cupboard. I thought it was for the kid's birthday. She was like, no, let's go and have a look at it. I need to look at it. So I brought it down, opened it, and it was PlayStation. So she bought me a PlayStation, and it had The Witcher.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, mate. And I thought it was a good idea to play it on the hardest difficulty.
Oh God.
Oh my.
To start?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%. And for the first.
Do you do that typically?
No. At that moment in my life, I think I had a lot of time.
Okay.
I only had one
Just want
child.
to punish yourself.
And I thought I could do. I wanted to plat it, so I always look at the platinum and see if there's a difficulty, and I thought I could do this. And for the first
There's no way you got that. That was hard.
2 weeks, I hated it.
Really?
And then I just learnt the combat, and then the stories were great. Like
side stories in that game, man.
oh my,
so
every
good.
story
I mean,
was incredible.
I honestly just love the main story of that.
The main story's great too. Yeah. The main story for me was always a little bit follow because I would get so distracted with the side ones.
Yeah, I did every side quest.
Where I was like, what the fuck is going on?
I did everything. The only thing I didn't like about The Witcher was Gwent.
I hate Gwent. Oh. I'm right there with you.
I couldn't.
It's fun.
I
it's a
tried
fun
to get
card.
into
I like
it,
card.
and then it baffled me. It always blew my mind. And then they made a game, a spin-off, and I was like,
yeah,
the whole
Gwent
game.
Games.
Do you both like card games?
I like
any
no,
Magic the Gathering?
I like Yu-Gi-Oh.
No Magic the Gathering. I love.
Nah, I've never been into any of that.
Yu-Gi-Oh. Like my missus like Magic the Gathering. She got into Magic the Gathering for a PlayStation Plus game.
Okay, yeah.
But no, yeah. So I finished it on Death March. It took me so long. I put over 100 hours into it, but I never got the Gwent trophies. So
did you get the? Those are the ones you're missing.
That's it. Yeah. So there's like.
Are those hard? Because I remember the ones where you had to like fist fight people. I think I got those ones. Those weren't too hard.
You have to acquire all Gwent cards in the base version of the game. Defeat Tybalt and win Gwent tournament.
That's like the main Gwent thing.
Round of Gwent using only neutral cards. Play 3 hero cards in 1 round of Gwent. And that is it. So I've got every trophy except for the Gwent cards. And
you gotta go back.
It breaks
too much. You gotta go back, man.
But I have to play for the whole game again.
Are you both?
Would you? Okay.
And
do you both play games for achievements and trophies? I don't know if we've discussed that.
I would never buy a game to play trophies. It's only if I really like the game, I will go for the platinum. If it's too hard, yeah, exactly. I'm right there with you. If the game deserves it, I will go for it. Even the ones that do, but the trophy list is just okay, that's just unreasonable. Like it would take 100 hours or whatever. Most of those I don't get.
But
yeah, usually if I'm close to an achievement, I'm like, I'll get that if I respect it. But I'm not somebody that goes out of my way to 100% the game.
Right.
Personally,
I just at one point I was like, I want to do it. I want to platinum every game I play, but that soon fell off. But the game, going back to the game, briefly, it's beautiful. The stories are incredible. The combat, I went back to it like everybody else did last year. It was on Games Pass.
yeah.
And The Witcher came out on the TV. And I played it, but the combat doesn't hold up anymore. But I've never played the DLC, and the DLC is supposed to be amazing.
Oh, you've never played the DLC? The DLC is amazing,
I haven't
yeah.
either.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I keep
DLC
looking
is
at
great.
it on because it is always on sale for £12.
Both of them, especially the second one, whatever it's called, Blood and Truth or whatever.
Blood and Wine. Yeah, Blood and Wine.
The new area you get from there is so fun to explore.
Yeah, I'm at the point where I don't really want DLC. Honestly, I don't want DLC for any game.
No, I don't.
I'm at the point where
especially with a game like The Witcher, you don't need it because there's already $100 in there.
Game. I don't want any DLC. No expansion pack. Start making Borderlands 4. Start making Witcher 4. Let's move to the next game. Don't. I don't you can maybe do updates or whatever to keep people that want to keep playing, but let's go to the next
minor updates.
I try not to play too many DLC. I just want to go to the next game. What's the next game I want to play?
Yeah,
that's just kind of
it's got to be a game I really like.
Yeah, 100%. It's when it comes to trophies. I mean, Days Gone. I really enjoyed Days Gone. So I platted it. But the last trophy I got was the most frustrating trophy I've ever had. One of the most frustrating trophies I've ever had in a game.
Yeah.
And it was just literally you have to drift for 30 seconds.
It's always when you need that one more, where it's just I have to get this.
I was literally drifting in a circle for about 2 hours.
Yeah, for me, it's I've played so little games for my whole life. I just want to experience more games. I don't want to hold myself back to just trying to get this perfect 100% a game or whatever. That's kind of a waste of my time.
Yeah,
And that's how I look at
Right.
it, to be honest.
I think the thing with me with getting platinums, sometimes I just don't want to leave a game. That's most of the platinums I have, where it's just like I don't want to put this down. Like God of War, Horizon, Spider-Man, all those were just like I don't want to put this down, so I'm definitely platinum.
I just feel like it deserves that time and effort.
Right. But Sims, with I know you don't like first-person shooters, but so how excited are you for Cyberpunk?
Oh, 100%. Like that.
Oh, are you? Okay. That's one you're playing for sure.
Yeah, I think it's a different kind of first-person shooter, isn't it? There's a story towards it. If it's not,
Right.
I don't like. It's like I tried to play.
So what
Doom.
kind don't you like? You just don't like your traditional
I don't like
multiplayer
I don't
only
like
first-person shooter.
shoot. Like I tried to play Doom the other day. I just couldn't get to grips with it. I mean, I might go back to it, but I don't know. I played first half hour and I was just like, it's just shooting. I don't get it.
I love Doom, yeah.
But I do. I like, and then I played Call of Duty the other day.
The newest one.
The newest one, yeah. I just needed something to play, and apparently it doesn't take that long anyway. It didn't, and I really enjoyed it. Like,
It's a great game.
it's a good.
So you just need like a story to
It
it.
has to have a story to it. It can't just be needlessly like
I
it's
think-
like Halo.
I think-
It just didn't.
Well, you
gel.
need games.
I like real
that
guns.
are-
I don't like jelly guns. If that makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah, I was gonna say you need a game that's a little more fun, like a Borderlands, that is just a first-person shooter, but it has just
I
these
liked.
wacky powers.
I did like Borderlands.
Yeah,
There's
because it isn't just a first-person shooter.
There's a first-person shooter line I have that I can't explain. But Cyberpunk will have the story. It will have all the augmentations. It will have the world, and that is what I'm excited for.
Yeah, I can't wait for that game. After just seeing
That
that little
game's
bit of
gonna be
gameplay
crazy.
they've put out, I cannot.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah, that
it got
game's a big
delayed,
nut.
though. I am upset about it.
I'm not.
I like the new
make
date.
It perfect. Make it perfect.
I'd be more upset if all these games weren't coming out because right now I have Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy, and Last of Us. All three of those I'm like extremely looking forward to. If those
Yeah,
weren't there, I'd be more disappointed.
Yeah, definitely.
100%. So
So that's our top 5.
that is our top 5.
You want to do a recap of everybody?
Sure.
Yeah.
So Connor, what's this go?
My top
with you?
5 was Horizon Zero Dawn, Mass Effect 2 at number 4, God of War 2018 at number 3, Fallout 3 at number 2, and Kingdom Hearts number 1.
That's a great list.
Yeah, it's a
my
quality
number.
list.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised it's a Kingdom Hearts song. It's a great list.
Yeah, I just have to put that at number 1.
Yeah. My number 5 was Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. My number 4 is Mass Effect 2 as well. My number 3 was Last of Us. My number 2 was Pokemon Emerald. And my number 1 was Halo 2. Gotta have Halo.
You got some great games here.
Thank you. Gotta have Halo 2 up there.
My number 5 was Red Dead Redemption 2. Number 4 was Gears of War 2. We agreed with 2. Or the trilogy, I can't remember.
That's what you said. Yeah.
Number
Go
3 was... I can't remember. Number 3 was...
It was a wrestling game.
Was the wrestling game. Number 2...
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Sorry.
I was trying to think of it too.
It's very late.
No, I got it. I got it.
And
I got
number
it.
1 was The Witcher 3 Wild Hunts.
Yes.
Bum, 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 bum.
Another great list.
Did you like the show of The Witcher real quick?
I
I was kind of on it. It was okay.
First episode was good. Second, too much Yennefer for me.
I actually liked Yennefer a lot.
I did like it.
I
I've
think-
just not had time to watch it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
think it's a good setup season. I think that was how I came out with it. I'm like,
Yeah, I didn't like the time
going.
jumps.
I didn't either. That like
If,
I like
if
time
the
jumps,
show
it
was just
too
Geralt
much.
and Dandelion, or whatever they call him in this, he's Dandelion.
yes, Secure.
Yeah, whatever.
He's Dandelion.
It would have been great. It would have been a great fucking show if it was just that, like just them
Yeah,
running
I
around
think
like a buddy cop thing.
it's definitely season 2 makes me even more excited. Like because
Yeah.
we got the setup for the world. We got Geralt. We got everybody set up. Now let's do good stories.
Let's do it. I want them as like a group too. Like just make every episode with them. I mean, they can like separate or whatever here and there, but like I would like it to just be like one contained story with them.
Yeah.
Alright. So that is the pilot rough copy edition.
Pilot
of
or the pilot.
I'll say episode 0.
episode
Episode
zero,
-1. Then we'll do
negative
0.
1.
No, this was episode 0.
Next week we will have a bit more of a better structure. I believe we want to do something around the ourselves, and then we can all put our opinions in of the topics of the week. So hopefully we're gonna have
Yeah, I'll try to come up with some more
this
stuff.
time next week we'll have a PlayStation 5 reveal, a Nintendo Direct, and
All 3. Xbox. Something with Xbox.
And just a huge Xbox leak
and then a
Yeah.
huge Xbox leak. So stay tuned next week.
for all that exciting and
But no, seriously though, we are finding our feet, and if you do enjoy this episode, please let us know through some kind of review system that we're gonna find on.
I
one of the
was
podcast
going to say
services
this.
that we're on.
Hit that like button.
Yeah,
hit that
reviews,
subscribe button.
comment.
I always feel uncomfortable saying that. Hit that like button. My YouTube
Hit
videos
that
are
like button.
like, subscribe, comment.
You better like it.
Just love me.
If you're listening to this and you don't like it,
Fuck you.
fuck you. Yeah.
So, on that note, we will love you and leave you, and we will be back next week for episode 1.
1.
Proper one.
Say
Yes.
goodbye.
Or
everybody.
-2 if you guys want to count that way. But whatever.
No, we're not going backwards.
It's not a bad idea.
But-
How many negative episodes do we have?
Alright, that's a good point.
Nobody else is doing it.
Say
When
goodbye,
we
guys.
take off and become like the most popular
Bye.
podcast. Alright, bye guys.
Bye, guys.